You guys went down. You made your way through the monastery, kind of going through all the rooms. You've even made it all the way up to the third floor and the tower, in which Sorsha found a bunch of stuff up there. Both Duncan
Evaporated
and Sorsha.
potions.
Yeah, you found evaporated
those are
potions. You
fascinating.
found. What else was it?
That's all I remember.
You got
any herbs, Sorsha? Any herbs?
I don't remember any herbs.
No, you found a bunch of notes that looked let's see.
Yeah, I have some documents that are basically incomplete spell formulas.
Oh, that's what you
Yes.
grabbed. Yeah, I
Yes,
didn't write
that's
that
what
down.
it was.
Spectacular.
Yeah, you found a bunch of they looked like they were formulas for somebody that was like writing out a spell almost to create like a spell scroll, but just never quite could get it right. Something was, but you weren't quite able to figure out what that spell was, based on just your knowledge of magic. It was kind of a bit above your head.
Maybe I'll take a look at that.
Yeah, it was kind of like this was, much higher level than you were used to, and so just kind of out of your realm of, you're able to kind of figure out the school of it, but that was about it. Which was
What was the school?
Let me.
Trans.
Yeah, I feel like that's what.
Transmutation.
I think it was transmutation. Yeah. Where did I write it down? Yes, it was transmutation. That was about all he was able to figure out.
Oh, yep.
Then, what else did you find? That was kind of it up there in one of the bedrooms. That was kind of like the nice bedroom in the manor. You found a bunch of notes kind of stuffed in a little trash bin, but you weren't able to read them.
Oh, do we know what language? Do we figure out what language at least?
Not yet.
God damn it.
This is some of the stuff that the group kind of collected of like, we'll take a look at this later. You went through the office. You found, and you had gotten Martin had gotten a little distracted by some of the books, as there was just kind of these vast amounts of books all over the place of lots of different religions. Like
He resents your characterization as distracted. Distracted is not. It was interested in
Engrossed.
the correct thing.
engrossed.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
Engrossed.
I'd say engrossed was a right term. Sure. You then made your way downstairs.
Martin is never distracted. Always focused.
You made your way downstairs, making your way into the library for a minute, and you kind of just stepped in, explored, weren't able to really do anything, as there was these large metal kind of grates that were like ornately carved, like grates that were like closed on all of the sections of bookshelves. But it was this large 2-story room with bookshelves, with scrolls and books, and just lining all the walls. There was kind of the lower floor, and then like a upper balcony level to access some of the books up at the top. And then down at the bottom floor, there was kind of a bunch of seating, big long tables for anybody that was there to like sit down, spread out, kind of do their research. And then you started making your way downstairs, in which you ran into Father Van Duren, who
Van Damme.
Van Damme, yeah. Van Damme. And
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
yeah. Love
That's
it.
the one.
You were all quite taken aback, and you had never actually met him, Martin. He kept getting mentioned, but he was always busy, off doing something.
Yeah, real busy now, huh?
Yeah.
That's what you get.
And you were not expecting that he was actually of the canid or canine humanoid faction within the world, and that he was
a dog person.
Yes, he's a dog person.
Oh, this is Does he have? Can I ask an anatomical question about
Sure.
Father Van Dern? Does he have like canine legs that bend backwards that he's just walking upright, or does he have person legs
No, he has
forward bending?
He has like canine-looking legs.
That's awesome.
It kind of looks like if you look at any of the little
So
exactly
not
how
like
you think
John
a dog
Candy.
up on its
Yeah.
except that with moving its arms around normally.
So does he retain a tail then in that case?
He does have a tail.
For counterbalance, I imagine he must have it. Well, Martin imagines he must have that.
He did. He totally had a tail.
Does he like scratches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves a little scratch. That means he must have a hole for his tail at the back of his pants.
He did.
I feel like modesty with the canids in that form. That's very difficult because that's
none of you had
potential.
really seen one before, as they normally kind of reside in the more southern parts of this continent. So they aren't typically found this far north. Just kind of, they used to be more of a roaming group, but now they are. So it's kind of was a little striking to find him here and leading the monastery. One of the things that you found in his office that you had gone through was the ledger that was there on the desk, in which you found kind of the things of tracking the donations and expenses. And one of the specific things that you found was it detailing that the W.N. Worth, it was services, and they that he provided for the monastery, but then it was the expense was relics. As you, Van Dern, the father helped you head downstairs, in which he took you to the field number 1, which was this one. And in that one, as you entered, you were essentially attacked by a large living mushroom that had grown to a gargantuan size, and which it started to rise little mushroom humanoid creatures that have started to attack you. All 4 of you, the father helping to try and dispatch some of these creatures, were able to successfully take down this creature, and you all then proceeded to scout out the rest of the area, make sure everything was okay before coming up up top and finding much of the village now being cleared out by the other teams of people around, making sure that they had anybody around that was still afflicted by the seeming disease was cured. And that's kind of where we left off.
Is it kind of calm now in town? Is it over?
It's seemingly calm. As you step up, you can see that there, now people have somewhat abandoned this staying on one side of the river and are now kind of congregating within the center square and are beginning to, in earnest, go from house to house and building to make sure to clear everything out, to make sure everybody, and then people are helping everybody, because most people are okay, but this is all anybody that's been kind of afflicted by this condition, as both the Father Van Dern and Bardol and Tobias and some of these other people have you met have been kind of let you know, we've been under this spell. We haven't eaten. We haven't really had water. We barely had water, in that this creature that was controlling our minds was not letting us do this. We were so these are people that are just kind of somewhat starving, not physically hurt necessarily, but are a little rough. So they're kind of being tended to.
Sorsha would kind of go over and make sure, also like lend a hand and just like general aid with some food and stuff that she's got. She's a feeder. She likes to feed.
Yeah.
Take care.
And you can see the father's wandering around, you know. Oh, how are you doing? Oh, good. Okay, good. I'll be right back. Oh, just kind of wandering back and forth between everybody, making sure they're okay.
Well, hey, should we? I know we got a lot to discuss, but I'm real curious about those things that were on the bridge. Should we go?
Yeah, absolutely. Are we the only ones who know it's there?
I don't know. Let's go see what's over there. That was Nightworth's carriage, we think. So I don't know. Maybe there's some clues, some hints. We have a little more time now, I think, without the threat of mind controlling mushrooms killing us. So maybe we can just take our time and go and kind of check those crates and boxes out.
Sorsha, as always, I love that idea. I fully condone this plan. I have a book I'd like to look for, 2 or 7 or maybe 12.
Yeah, we gotta
depending
get
on.
Doc his book.
We'll go to the library after.
It sounds fine. Maybe we could.
And maybe someone can help us with these I got these dried potions. Maybe there's someone here also who could take a look at that and maybe tell us how to, make them usable.
That sounds great. If they're herbal potions, I could take a look.
I don't know.
If they're not herbal, if they're an infusion, if they're an alchemical, then we're out of luck.
All right, I trust you.
And I trust you, dear Sorsha.
Let's check out the bridge.
To the bridge.
So as you begin to head over, and you get about maybe 10-15 feet away, immediately
From the bridge or from the library?
from the bridge. So you
okay.
you kind of head through the center of town, and everybody's just talking, but you get the occasional person coming up from just kind of slapping you on the back. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, and you just kind of keep passing. Oh, pleasure. Just kind of all the niceties as you've kind of got a focus that you're going for. You got something. You're just trying to kind of like doing that, making your way through a crowd. You're like, just, yes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, of course. I'm so happy to help you. Yes. Oh, we'll talk later. Yes. Okay. But when you get about 10-15 feet away, you immediately begin to get this. All of you, really, this kind of somewhat sickening, draining feeling in your stomach. Just this kind of lightly pulls and drains a little bit.
Sorsha, I think I'm hungry.
Wait, do you think it's...
I would stop and take a step backwards, like 5 feet.
About 15 feet away, you begin to feel a little bit better.
Maybe I'm not hungry.
And then a step back in.
Again, this kind of slow feeling of this kind of dropping in the pit of your stomach.
You guys all feeling that, right?
Yeah, I don't
Most
like
definitely. No, not at all.
Should we get the father?
I think I might have read about magics when we were opening and closing the gate. If you give me a moment, let me pull out a notebook. So I'm gonna reach into a notebook. I'm gonna try to see if I have some notes on it. I'm gonna step away so that I can activate guidance. And for this, would you prefer history or arcana?
Neither one.
All right. Well, they're both +3, so.
History. Excellent.
Wow.
Story, it's a 24.
24. Nice. You recall, as you're kind of flipping through your notes, there being talk of a war that happened hundreds of years ago. And one of the big weapons that was utilized in this war, and this is kind of the first time it was really utilized in this way, was a series of relics that would absorb magical abilities around them. And it was based off of this research done by somebody who, this wizard, by the name J. Kak. You don't remember his full name, you just remember that name. And he had kind of
Excuse me?
pronounced, he had, yeah, look, it's a name, like, just come on. I rolled something, it chose that name, god damn it. And he kind of took the elements of certain beasts and was able to synthesize it to take that magic essence and create these series of items that would essentially absorb all magic around it. And they would lob these things into piles of, into the enemy territory when they're in the mid-battle, so that way the mages couldn't cast their spells. And sounds similar to an item like this.
Do I recall if there's any way to suppress this effect?
It doesn't say anything about it. Your notes at this point. Again, this happened 400, 500 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you're sitting down, because it's going to take him 13 minutes to give that information, along with speculation and theory about how to suppress it. Martin's going to go with lead. That tends to work for scrying spells. So he's a key. Forget it. I'm a big advocate of lead. I think lead would be a good thing to take for a trial, but bear in mind this we're talking about artifacts, historical things of note. Are you two listening to me? Did you hear that?
Do that little fire trick you got.
Around this, you realize that somewhere in the middle of all of this, Errol has walked up and kind of has just leaned down and he's still talking. My God, it's amazing.
Hey, Eero. So he told us the point about 7 or 8 minutes ago, and then this is more anecdotal. He's actually just citing his references right now. It's his sort of the bibliography at this point. This the part at the end of the essay, where he has to cite all his sources. He's still just talking. But he said it was from like 400 or 500 years ago. This sounds. Is this the relic you? Oh, wow, we should.
Or was it the necklace?
Well,
it's sort of an
relic.
anti-magic
Okay, hold
field.
on. Okay.
I don't want to get too close.
Well, did he mention a name? Did Martin mention a name about who? This
Yes,
relic?
it was.
Oh, sorry, it's a Professor Koch, J. Koch, I believe.
J. Koch.
It was-
With a C or a K?
I mean, to be honest, I think
It's a cack.
Cack?
Yeah.
It was a
Oh!
Well, it depends on the pronunciation, whether you're speaking in Elvish or Orcish.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Javinj Kak of the Kak Manor.
It was a.
Did you say sorry? First name? Javinj?
Javinj.
Javin.
So he was
Javinj Kak.
Javinj Kak.
Of the famed Cack Manor?
Yes.
House cack.
Yes, it's still. I mean, the house still grows strong. Goes
I bet
strong.
it does.
In.
It's a very firm lineage.
Why the fuck did I choose that one still?
You did it to yourself.
Yeah.
You said you pecked yourself.
But,
You're the one who handed us the big cat.
They're still very much in the weapons business. They but still live down in. The family, I believe, still is down in Castle Grasp, or the outskirts of Castle Grasp. But I don't know of any specific ones. That was their one that really made their fame. But I haven't seen one of those devices ever.
Do you think
quite rare
this
at this
one-
point?
Yeah. Well, should we? Well, gosh, I don't know that we can lay claim to this, but we could take this off your hands, I think, and learn more about it.
Well, do you have one of these? I'm missing how we got on this topic, I guess. No one explained to me exactly how we... I walked up in the middle of his... I walked up about 2 minutes ago into his... what seemed to be a very long speech. I mean, I let him go for a while, hoping he would end.
Speech again. This misnomer through and through. I was recounting information in an organized format. A lecture. Speech is designed, as you know, to inspire, to motivate. A lecture is to inform and advise. I'll have you know. If we can't quibble about the meanings of words, Zero, then what on earth are we doing here?
I
are we
agree, but
doing
what are we...
I pull Sorsha by the back of her metal collar. Are you wearing plate?
Just a chain shirt.
Just a little tug back, and I'll kind of lead you with me towards the thing until we start feeling gross. Can you do your little fire trick?
Which one?
What did you do before? It was a coin. I don't know. What'd you do?
And she brings out of my hand. I can sort of make this anything I want.
How far away are you?
I guess it was at the 15 feet.
This is like 15 feet was about where you started to feel
right
that.
when we start feeling gross, and we're just like, huh.
As you try and... Sorsha, as you try and put your hand out, it kind of sputters.
Oh.
Nothing, huh?
Wow. Hey, okay. All right. Hang on a second. So I'm gonna try to approach this thing to touch it. I'm gonna try to see if I can physically get close enough, or is it like sickening every step?
No, you just kind of
Okay.
feel this immediate
Alright.
drop in your stomach as you step through kind of this, in that zone between like 20 feet, you feel okay. Around 15 feet, you start to feel almost the feeling of when you go on a roller coaster and it just kind of drops randomly. Not the speed at which it drops, but that overall feeling. You're like,
So I'd like to try to
okay, that's a little
approach it
weird.
and see if there's any way I can turn it off.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Because you're not sure exactly what it is. That's
Yeah, can I?
giving
Sorry,
it yet.
do you mind explaining again, like what, as I come close to it, what it looks like?
You see a bunch of boxes.
Because when
Just a
we
bunch of
found it was
crates
like
and
an
boxes.
orb and a ring.
On a box. You
Okay,
guys had
okay.
kind of stuffed some stuff back in there, but didn't really do
So I don't even know
anything.
what it is.
Yeah. So
We haven't even identified what it is. Okay, sorry.
a 3, you find a box that's kind of cracked open, and all you see in that particular box is just a kind of a roundish orb shape. That's about it.
Okay.
It looks fairly nondescript. Outside of it looks stone. Some light, kind of goldish veining to the stone. But spherical.
Did you find it?
I'm gonna pick it up.
Maybe weighs 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. It's not terribly heavy.
Walk it over. Wait, Ronkin, step back a bit,
I step back.
and I'm gonna walk it over to him.
He starts feeling that stomach as you get a little bit closer.
All right.
Okay.
Do you guys think we can turn this thing off?
I'm
Who wants to
sticking
hold
with
it?
my lead box. I think we put it in a lead box, like we do with vampires.
You got a lead box,
like we
Doc?
do with secrets. Well, they have a glass foundry here. I imagine they make leaded glass.
Do you mind? Do you want to try to find one of those, and we'll keep sifting through these boxes and see what
Yeah.
else
Oh,
we can find?
absolutely. Iro, I demand access to your lead stores.
Demand.
No.
Well, that's an
I'm
interesting
sorry.
way to... I'm happy
sorry.
to go find a lead box.
Okay,
Just...
Iro, would you please? Can we borrow a lead box for a fortnight?
You can have a lead box. How about
Thank
that?
you, hero.
Even better. I'll
Thank
be right
you.
back.
Sorry about him.
Let me head over to the mill, because that's where it would be.
Ronkin? Ronkin's quite charming.
He kind of clambers up and over
I
the
just make eye
boxes
contact.
on the bridge.
I make eye contact with him and I just whisper.
Like, I do the mouth. I mouth. I'm sorry. I don't even use my magic to send him a message. I just do the I would just word it. You know. It's like okay.
Let's can we see
Lead box on its
This
way.
wizard
We'll
might
put
have
the ball
left.
in the box.
There was something
yes,
else,
well,
wasn't there?
Yeah, yes, I think there was more. When we looked before, I saw there was
There
a
a ring?
hasty jumbling.
I remember there
Okay.
being a ring. Did you find
I
a
think
ring?
we should be more methodical. We should take everything out. We should lay it. We should label it.
Well, where were you, Doc?
I was arguing with Eero about the difference between a lecture and a speech. And then we were quibbling about the difference between
I'll say,
requesting
Doc,
and demanding.
Sorsha, Doc. Check
Okay.
these out, and I show him the documents that, like, do you know what this is? I think this is a spell. Do you know what spell it was? Do you know what they're making here? Can you help me?
A spell. Can we step away 15 feet so I could activate guidance?
Sure.
21. This spell looks. I don't know. Does it look familiar?
It's transmutation, whatever it is.
Transmutation.
Are you looking at? I mean, looking at all of these, you
I'm
see.
I'm trying to find out what they are.
A-
Ronkin said, what kind of spell are they trying to make? So I'm trying to
You
answer my
see
dear friend Ronkin's
kind of
question.
a broad spell of version of a polymorph spell that is incomplete. Every one of these pieces of paper is the same spell, trying it slightly different, but incomplete. Something is wrong with the spell.
Okay, well,
Fundamentally.
I'm going to communicate that to Ronkin, but I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to point out the grammar and the misspellings and the errors, and then we're going to build
Now,
up
this is also a
Ronkin.
spell you don't know.
I do
so
not. I do
you
not.
and it's
I don't know.
so it's not something that you can see like, oh, he messed up here and here, but I do not know the rest of this equation, so I can't
Yeah.
actually finish it.
The maths here, Ronkin, are quite sophisticated. There seems to be some, what we call in the industry, rookie errors. I imagine we have rookies, but this I can't finish it, but it's quite interesting reading. Be nice to do a little compare contrast. That could be a paper.
Is it mostly wizards who write and record spells, or do you do that as well?
I'm a researcher, a reader, a historian. I cover my focus areas, of course, the history and the historiography of magics, but I lack the wizard capability of being able to just write it down and then use it. Partially because that's not quite where my interests lie. Partially because we needed a skill balanced party. But it's all the same one way or the other.
Yeah, so let's not get on any tangents at the moment.
Not
That
you
was
know,
very
I'm-
succinct.
I'm 70%.
That was the most
handed.
succinct thing you've said all day.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys mind if I hang on to these? I might want to.
Yeah. Let's ask a wizard next time we
Yeah.
find one. Is there anything else? Can we let's before Eero gets back, let's take a look at these crates.
Can we unpack them in an orderly fashion?
Yes, please. Do you want to
Okay.
spearhead the unpacking project?
Okay. I think we should organize them as small
Okay.
to large,
Yeah. Okay.
and then we open from the middle out.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't you roll an investigation check with advantage then, as you are heading up this?
I'm right against it, so I will not activate guidance.
Yep.
Look at that.
Wow.
3 and a
Just
19.
all over the place. Okay.
19's pretty damn good.
As
We'll take it.
as you begin to go through these crates, essentially, and boxes, there's kind of what you find immediately is that over half of it is clothes, fine clothes, There's some fine robes of various styles and makes. Fine silk pants. Fine. There's probably a dozen shoes. This is somebody who would pack to be here for quite a bit. You find a couple of, maybe 3 journals in there. You find a ring that, as you're going through one of the boxes, that falls out, and it was just something that Sorsha had missed in the where the ball was. It had just kind of fallen down into a crack in the case. And you also find a wand that is broken in half.
Sad.
That's and maybe a couple silver here and there.
Can I take just some personal item, something because we know this is the wizard's, or this is the wizard's this is Nightworth's belongings, correct?
Yeah.
That's okay. Can I just take a small trinket, anything that I can tell was his, like a piece of clothing or whatever?
On a couple of the like nicer dress shirts, there are a few like lapel buttons and things.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna take that.
But you take one that is
Rip one off.
of a little ship. That's looks like a little schooner with 2 sails on it, and it has a small, tiny little green gem that looks almost like it's illuminating from the crow's nest.
Love it. I know that there's people we could hire if we wanted that could scry. If there's any reason to want to track him down, I'll keep this. And I just kind of ferret it away in a pocket. I'm not sure. We don't know yet if this wizard meant harm, what the motive was, but we know that it's, he caused this. We feel pretty sure about that. I think what I'd love to know is if he did it on purpose, or for some reason, or if it was just an accident.
You really think a wizard was keeping an anti-magic orb in his pocket?
This is Ronkin. You asked that. This is the difference between wizards and druids and sages, right? The wizard doesn't know when to stop the exploration, right? There's no research project. It's a dog chasing after a carriage, and it wouldn't know what to do if it captured it. Me, I have a orderly line of inquiry. I am a scholar. At a point, it may be far off, as you and dear Sorsha may have noticed. The wizard just asks infinitely.
I think you answered his question.
I did or did not?
It's fascinating, Doc.
I don't think that was the answer to the question.
Was it
The question was.
The
question was, why would he have it?
Oh, did I not answer that question? I'm pretty sure I answered it.
I don't feel like that was an answer.
Who took the ring, by the way?
I have those things stacked in the 2 journals, the bigger journal on the bottom, and then the small, going from largest to smallest, ring on top.
Okay, the ring is of like it's kind of a thicker onyx-looking ring, black, and again, similar to the ball, it has these kind of gold veining within it, but it looks like it's made out of stone.
I see that.
I think we should try an experiment, Sorsha. Please take the ring. You seem very excited. I insist.
I put it on.
That's the right experiment, Sorsha. We'll make a druid out of you.
You feel pretty good.
I don't feel the.
And it seems to.
Can I try the flame?
It works.
And then I take it off, and I try the flame.
Doesn't work.
Sorsha.
I think we found the answer to your question, Professor.
This is you just earned your first credit. Make a wizard of you yet.
Where do you spend these credits?
No, it's like on a transcript. I'm gonna make a sage out of Sorsha, correspondence courses.
So, it seems as if we're lucky enough to if you're right about this box, if that really truly does work, one of us could carry this, wear the ring, open the box, And as long as the other two of us, we're all practitioners of some sort of magic. Our sources obviously differ, but we could find ourselves in an advantageous situation against a magic user if we use this. I mean, if we ever meet that wizard again, it would be nice to use his own tricks against him. I mean, I guess I'm jumping to the conclusion that he's meant ill will here, is just not a fool.
Does the ring have a connection to the orb? Can you control the orb? Can you turn it on and off?
I don't know.
You want to try? I hand it over to you.
Go, Ronkin, please. Experiment away.
I put the ring on. I feel better.
Yeah, you feel better.
Can I will the orb to stop emanating its anti-magic aura
Nothing happens.
by like cringing my eyebrow at it?
You fart a little.
Yeah. You strain a little.
I'd like.
But
clear
for
my throat.
you, it still feels just the same.
I plop it into the professor's hand,
Now you kind of get that pit in your
and
stomach
I walk
again.
15 feet away.
Feel better?
So there are a couple possibilities. The orb could be something that can be activated and deactivated. I think unlikely. That seems excessively complicated. It's more likely the orb is itself a substance that suppresses magic, such as mine or yours or dear Sorcia's. In which case we would need to contain it and then protect from it. It'd be nice to reproduce these rings to make another or another and another.
Yeah, but I'm like spitting
We would
on
need
this.
like 3 of
This
these.
thing is, I don't know how powerful it is, but if this is powerful enough to suppress all magic within, I don't know, it seems 15 feet radius maybe. I don't know what the shape of its field is, but
Can you guys do some stronger magic in there?
Well, I guess that would be a test, but also, I mean, think about the uses of this. There's magical defenses on magical wards, carrying it around and sussing out hidden invisibility. I don't know. It seems very powerful.
Yeah, creates a level playing field.
As far as we know, none of the magics we have tried have had any effects. Or so you have tried your magic of the coin. Ronkin, I think you tried to do something. I have not yet. We should maybe somewhere where we can't blow anything up. Try and see if this thing has limits. Use the strongest magics we have and see if there is a barrier. If it works on all magic, in which case I agree, dear Sorcia. This is an excessively powerful relic. Indeed, maybe the one that was on the document.
Let's talk to Van Duren. This is possible. This is possibly what he's got the answers. If this is what he gave the wizard, then for payment.
I mean,
It seems strange that he wouldn't have, whatever the relic is that he gave him. It's strange that he wouldn't have left town with it, especially if he planted something in this town that he knew would create some sort of havoc.
oh hey Doc, what about your floating bread crust on your staff?
Oh, I did not even think about my crusty bread.
You have no idea where it is.
Oh, god damn it, my crusty bread. Fuck. Oh, what else was up there? No, there was stuff up there. Oh,
You
what
start
was
to
it?
see it laying down in a pile, like kind of scattered around where you've been wandering around.
Oh,
Let's
there
wait
was
for
the-
Ero to come back with the box.
About
and then
this
let's go
time,
talk to
he's
Let's go talk to
coming
Van Duren.
back, climbing over. Here you go. Can we? Hey, Marsha, Timothy, can we move these boxes, these crates?
No,
They're-
no, please, no, Ero, there's a.
Are
there's a
you
order.
sure?
Yeah, no, I think we can handle it. We will restack them and assemble to the same order. I took notation.
Yeah,
They're all
preferably not on
enumerated.
the bridge. Not
Well,
on the
yes,
bridge.
of course, Ero. I understand that boxes are not stored on bridges.
Yeah, but it's just kind of. I'm kind of tired of climbing up and over them every time.
Well, previously these boxes saved you from spore zombies, so they
sure,
were doing their job
sure.
at the time.
Sure.
Lead box. Lead box. Is that?
Here you go. It's weighs a couple pounds, but
All right.
it'll fit in there.
All right. Sorsha, would you mind boxing the orb?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, Grivy, before that happens,
Look, unplug.
how's your fanny pack?
Gravy?
Yeah.
Gravy. Oh, my bag of molding. Oh, good God, what has happened with the bag of molding? This is a good question. Is the bag of molding itself magical, or is it extra dimensional? Oh,
It's extra dimensional.
oh, so the metaphysics of it it's luckily, dear Ronkin, I appreciate you checking. The bag of molding is itself fine because the objects contained within are actually not on our plane of existence. What I speculate, dear Ronkin, is that navigating into and out of the bag of molding is the problem because it's the passageway that is the
I
magic, the
interrupted by just
actual-
pulling it open just to look inside. Is it shallow or is it pitch black?
It's pitch black, but it's always pitch black.
I'm gonna reach my arm into it. Do I go shoulder deep?
You hit something. Yes, you kind of figure you hit the bottom of the bag.
That's what I was trying to
I
say.
don't know how that
Ronkin,
thing
is
works. I'll just walk away.
Okay, let's go back to
It's
putting
magic.
It
so,
makes
in the
sense to
box.
me. It
We
makes
close
sense
the
that I got
box. How do we feel?
How do we feel? Box is closed. Lead lid.
You all feel better.
Oh, this is
Fucking lead.
amazing. Okay.
I feel.
So if you really want to bum everyone out, you just open the lid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I am
This is-
intrigued.
yeah. This is big. Are you okay to hold on to it in the bag?
Sorsha, I am overjoyed to hold a artifact of such power. What should we do? Who among us should carry the ring? Or should we see if we can have dear Eero fabricate one? We see if that's a thing that we could rest with and inquire as to its
Let's
form
just
and formation.
maybe we
What am I supposed to do?
just.
What's
Eero,
this ring?
I think we need to get the professor involved. I mean, sorry, the father involved.
Yes,
We have
I'm
He is
very
here.
involved.
But what is this ring you're talking about?
Well, it is this ring, Eero.
Oh,
I don't
may
know.
I-
Yeah, it is.
May I look at that?
Well,
You can keep it. It just
yeah. Look,
kind of grabs it out of your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's not what
Oh.
I.
Very beautiful.
He wasn't even wearing gloves.
This was with the. What this was with in the
Yes,
stuff.
it suppresses the effect of the orb. A hypothesis that Sorsha verified and now neutralized by the lead. So
Interesting.
oddly enough, when you neutralize the orb, you neutralize the magic of the ring, because the magic of the ring is designed, as you see, to
Well,
suppress the magic of the orb, which itself suppresses magic. So the idea is, what's suppressing what in this case? Or is it a restorative? Is the ring restoring magic, or suppressing the suppressing magic of the orb?
I believe this
These
is
questions.
some sort of controlling mechanism for it. You said it stopped when you were, or was it? What happened when you
Sorsha.
wore it?
Ask dear Sorsha.
It seems that this orb has an anti-magic field. And it
Yes.
seems that the
Okay.
wearer, and you step into the. I was not able to create a magical effect that I've been able to create this since I was a child. But when I wore the ring, my power came back to me. So it seems that what the professor, I think, was saying is that the orb itself is anti-magic, and the ring nullifies the anti-magic. Thus, I guess it's complicated.
No, that makes perfect sense. For what you were describing that device as, the wizards must have some way of controlling it. Otherwise, what is the point if you are throwing these willy-nilly along the battlefield? You
Yeah.
have to have some way to make it advantage for you. Now, we've never known quite... I've never known, and nor has it been written down, as this was highly classified military technology at the time, and was kind of in the realm of a relic, as only so many were made, so many were utilized, they became lost to time in some instances. It's amazing that there's... I don't know if this is new or old, or amazing that there's one like this even here.
Is this something that Van Dern gave him, though? I'd love to ask him that question, Ira.
I mean, there's... I've never seen this before in my life.
Can I get him to be part of this conversation?
Sure. Father, yes, come over. We need your help with something.
Well, we don't need. We just need him to verify our hypothesis. We don't need.
Okay,
Professor?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, can you show him? Open the box for him.
Oh, hello.
We think this is what was stopping.
What can I help you with?
We think this is what was preventing the spore infected of crossing the bridge. It's a device that seems to have an anti-magic field, and here you'll likely feel the effects when we open the box.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Oh, just keep it closed, Professor.
Thank you. I haven't eaten much today. I only...
Here, I give him some very stale bread.
Thank you.
With some cheese that's a little bit warm and... Yeah.
My teeth.
Yeah,
All the stuff going back on Professor's staff and falling to the ground over and over.
Oh, he used to pick it up and put it on.
every time he's like...
Dirty again.
Was this the relic that you gave Nightworth?
No, I've never seen that before in my life. The relic he took back was an old family relic that his family, his dear mother, had donated to us before her passing. It was a blue like a necklace of blue stones that kind of large stones around that big, chunky, and that she had donated, that was supposed to have been passed down for generations.
Was it a magical necklace, or was it just an heirloom?
Supposedly, told to us, it was his mother told us it was magical, but it was something we could never figure out, nor were we really trying to explore. She donated a great deal of money over the years to us, but that was her final gift.
Do you know much about this wizard? Do you know if his causing of this epidemic was something he would have done on purpose, or something that he did on accident?
Wilfred was an interesting man, interesting boy. He came here many times over the years. I don't know too much about his family, to be honest. Aside from, I believe, I mean, he was from outside of Haver, but I believe his family was from, what was that town? It was the one that's up north. As I search for it.
Talking about Orbia?
Was that it? No, I feel like he was from, I think he was from Garwa Briz. I feel like that's where he was from. Or maybe Kellingraw. He was somewhere north. Along the spine. But
do we know if he would want to harm this place for any reason?
Not that I know of, but...
Is he a son of a bitch?
No, parents were married.
No,
His
no.
parents.
No, not is he a bastard? Not is he a is he a son of a bitch? Is he a piece of shit? Or is he a polite and scholarly, moral gentleman?
He's
Do
respect.
you think anything that wasn't a piece of shit would have done this?
That's what I wonder. If it's,
I
if
mean,
it's a
I don't
piece of
know if
shit,
he
then this is
purposely did this or not. He came here to help us. And he's come here many a times and helped before, but he would come, stay with us, help around in what magical means he could, and
Release spores in your
spend some
town
other
and-
time in the library, and after a few weeks, stay there for a few weeks and then head out. He's come here since he was a boy, honestly.
I think.
With his
Do you-
family.
Please, Sosha.
Do you know anything about this process? The services that he wanted to help you grow the mushrooms faster. Do you know
Faster and
anything
bigger.
about
That's what he said.
he was using?
He went up to the old laboratory upstairs that Teddy used to use, and he was working up there for a while, but he packed up his stuff. After he said he finished, took it all down.
Hey, maybe he thought he did do exactly what you wanted, and maybe he just done fucked up.
Could have.
Wait a minute. Transmutation. That's the school of magic that changes things, right? From one.
That's right.
Material
Yes.
into another, yeah.
right.
Can you show him what you have?
The papers.
I pull out this like leather-bound spell book, and in the back pages, I pull out the documents and.
Can you
unfold
make
them.
any sense of this?
It looks like a spell to me.
Is there anyone? I don't know what the monks are like here. Do you have any more sage-like wizards that would know here?
Not here. Maybe La Casa, in the monastery there. That's kind of where the head monastery is, where there might be some sages.
And where is
could
that?
do that. North. If you follow the Lost Dragon Pass, you might find. You would learn more. That you would eventually get La Casa before you have to head north up towards the Teeth, and then. That.
I think I might know where we could find an answer, Zorsha. I have some former colleagues. I could send them a missive, and we could see about if the Hillespie Research College has an answer. They are wizards and sorcerers and druids like myself, even a cleric and maybe someone who was a paladin on the side, the unconfirmed. They might have an answer.
Yes, they would be. I mean, I'd have to say this. They would definitely know the answer better. Or, in the Casa, at the library there, they might be able to point you in the right direction.
And Professor, where did you say?
And collect books and scrolls and as much knowledge as we can. But sometimes we can't understand that knowledge. Us ourselves can't understand that knowledge. Nice. Brought to you.
It is the Hillespie Research College, Zorsha. That was the institute that I told you about when we were sharing origin stories.
What a way to put it.
And this is somewhere you've studied?
I'd prefer to. We can talk more later. Maybe after Van Dern lets us examine some books, we have a chance to examine his journals.
Why are you being so weird?
I'm talk about how this goes.
Insight check.
Yeah. Roll it. Roll a d20. Just roll a d20 and then add either for your for either deception or whatever you want. You don't have to tell us which one you're rolling.
Okay.
I know normally it would just pop it out, so that's why.
8. You
Build
get
it,
the
sheep.
idea that Martin is visibly uncomfortable talking about this with Professor Van Dern, or Father Van Dern in front.
Oh
He
wait,
has
so
been-
do I actually see your eyes? Like, are you trying to signal that to me? Are you
Yeah.
giving me the like?
Yeah, I mean, remember,
Okay.
he didn't share anything about his background until it was like just you three, with no Johnny around, no anybody.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So
well,
you would
yeah.
roll a history check, Sorsha.
Well,
You would know that there's a few colleges in some of the cities to the north. Generally, while the seat of power is Castle Grasp in this area, and that's like the big major city, the next kind of bigger ones are up, kind of making their way up. Like La Casa is pretty big of a city. Scarosas is kind of a big city, and so and Olearth is a big city. Cabal is a decent sized city. Like there's some
Yeah,
decent
I haven't
sized
been in
cities to the
any of those
north
places.
that have some little colleges here and there, have some research facilities. So you're assuming he's referring to one of them somewhere up that way.
I think I don't know. I guess I hate leaving with so many answers, but Father,
Yes.
I guess I have a really very important question.
Yes, of course.
I was actually sent here to get 2 casks of ale.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, we.
So
Oh
that's
my gosh.
actually why I'm here.
I'm sure everybody in the region is. All of our deliveries. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. How about this? We're gonna get everybody situated tonight. We'll assess the our stocks and everything, and if you want, and then in the morning, if you're heading out, we can load you up with what you need and send you on your way.
Sounds great.
And we need to send out scouts right away to find out who needs what. I don't even know what's gone in and out. I don't know what's been delivered at this point, as it's been a few
Nothing's
weeks.
been delivered. Nothing has been delivered, I guarantee. No delivery.
Disaster.
It is a disaster.
Just, I hope some of our produce didn't get stolen, get destroyed on its way, go bad. I mean, think of. Oh,
Probably
no.
did. Listen,
Yeah,
I know this
it's
has
probably
been
a worst case situation.
yeah, this
Okay,
has been
It's
very
gonna take months to fix,
rough.
but we'll get you what you.
Rough. That
you
was
need-
good.
Oh,
It's rough.
I see the joke you made there.
No,
Yes,
I'm
'cause
sorry.
It's
I
okay.
didn't-
It's okay.
no.
Look, I was the first candidate to join the monastery as a
And you're
whole.
good.
And
I mean,
had-
good,
He's
Father.
good.
Good. You're doing a great
I'm
job.
in good pause. I understand. Yes, I get it.
Do you mind, Father Van Dern,
Yes.
since it seems like there's a lot to repair and restore and remedy, and we all have questions and none of us have answers, do you mind if I visit the library this eve and perhaps tomorrow's?
Well, how long do you
Professor
feel
here
that you
would
need
like
to
to
take?
fetch a book.
How long do you want to stay? I mean, we're going to be quite busy repairing and just really cleaning this place up to make sure we've got to check the fields to make sure they're doing okay and get everything back on track as we're getting closer to season. But I'm sure Iro would be happy for either you or to take you, or maybe one of his Iro's colleagues can take you in and you can research what you need.
Wait.
No need to wait for you have my approval to go in. Eero.
Oh, thank
Eero,
Do what you
Eero,
need.
Eero, do you hear this? Father
Yes,
Lincoln, you
I
tell Eero.
hear it. I hear it. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
you. Ronkin, I'm kind of interested to go.
Oh yeah,
too.
I'm the doc's chauffeur. So quick question, Father. Does the Nightworth family have any sort of symbol, family crest, recognizable symbolism?
Yes. It generally was a bird, if I remember right, holding some grapevines, I believe, in its talons.
What kind of bird do you
I-
recall?
I don't know. I would have to.
Is it a
I don't remember.
blood,
Bloodhawk?
Bloodhawk?
Bloodhawk.
No.
We saw a bloodhawk. I don't know if we
That-
mentioned that.
Pretty sure that was
Seems-
Teddy Zoomies.
Oh yeah, Ted Zooms.
Teddy. What
Easy.
about Teddy? We haven't seen him in years.
Oh, no. Well,
Hmm.
Duncan, you give the bad news.
Bad
He's
news.
well. Actually, you know what? He dropped his bag in Shadowcat Valley.
Oh.
That's all we know.
Yeah, he was doing some research out that way.
Not the worst news.
He likely perished there.
That's
Heroically.
He perished. He was quite the strong wizard.
There's
Well,
there's the wizard. There's a local wizard. It's
Father.
Teddy Zooms is still around. TZ.
Well, we don't. Ronkin's right. We don't know for sure. There were some bodies that had been turned by some very powerful fungus up that way. I'm curious if well, I mean, there were some strange spore zombies up that way, but I guess that's a thread we haven't connected.
Spore zombies. I mean, that area does have some odd magic in it. That occasionally happens every dozen or so years. And we usually just kind of are able to avoid it till it dies out. Kill anything that's usually, honestly, the shadow cats should take care of it.
Yeah.
But
Well, do you know what Teddy was coming here for? We didn't come across that information.
he'd come for the mushrooms, and use because he was some spells that he would utilize
Stay
the
for the
components
looks.
from. Stay for the looks. But yes, he utilized our research and our laboratory upstairs.
Do you know what he was? Oh. Oh.
Oh,
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure.
Is
My
there-
pleasure.
is there any
Hopefully-
other thing
I
we
hope-
can
I
help
hope he
you
comes
with?
around. He was a dear. What would come in?
Is there anything else? You know, we'll stay the night, of course. I think all could use a little rest after that fight. I'd be happy to help out in any way I can. I would be curious to take a look at the library. There's some things I'm curious about, but if we leave in the morning, is there anything else we can help you with before then?
Really, we're just going to clean up, make sure everybody's okay, and do an inventory. Honestly, it's the biggest thing that we're going to be doing is doing an inventory of everything.
I feel like the professor would
It's
be good
been
at that.
3 weeks.
I love a good inventory.
Well, I'm sure Eero or somebody can direct you in the best way to help.
Also, did I hear we're staying for one night? I think I was thinking more along the lines of like 3 to 4 weeks. Get a chance to like
Oh,
build
wow.
an annotated
What?
bibliography. Yeah, no, is that? I thought that was the.
Well, sir, you're
let me
welcome
tell
to
you,
stay.
Professor,
I don't think I
will
would.
be happy to also get past your name along to those in the north to let them know that you might be coming their way, and you can go do your research up there as much to your heart's content. They have even bigger library than us, almost double.
Yes, but yours has the most interesting books from what I've heard. No one beats
that
your
is-
library.
sometimes debatable, sometimes.
Well, I'll be the
But
judge.
yes,
I will
but
peruse
we're happy
the
to
specs and
have
let
you.
you know.
Okay.
Thank fucking goodness, Ronkin.
I will be back. Eero will help you with that. But in the meantime, we'll let Sybil here. Sybil, come. We'll show you to some rooms upstairs, and you can get comfortable. And we'll let you know when we'll be making food. And he bows a little, steps away, and you see
when he bows, I pat his head.
As
I
he,
am
sorry,
so
I ran
sorry.
into your hand.
No, yeah, that was
as he walks away, I want to like take a quick little like step up next to him and walk with him just for a second, just to quietly be like, hey, can you get me some inks and paper? Are those on the house?
Of course, there's ink and paper upstairs. If you, across the hall from the rooms, there should be 3 sets of offices with ink and paper. In there.
Got it. Thanks.
And,
I
if
just like
there's
hustle
any
away.
more than you need, just let us know. And like a middle-aged, the female human steps up and says, "Hi, Father was telling me that you needed some rooms. That's right? You're staying with us for the night? Okay, perfect. Here, come with me. And she leads you upstairs to some of those rooms. Not to the main fancy one, but to 3 other separate rooms. And here you can take this one, and you can take this one, and you take this one. And here, and she kind of pops her head in. Okay, that one needs water for the water basin. And okay, so new flowers for that one. That one's good. Okay, I'll be right back. And she heads off to go grab those items as those rooms need refreshing.
I'm gonna take the old flowers and put them in the bag of holding.
Okay. Write down some old flowers.
Oh,
Not
I
dead.
did.
Yeah.
They're there.
Done.
I'm gonna make a potpourri sachet for the bag of molding.
I crumple up one piece of paper and try to make it into the bag of holding. Can you hold
Do
it open for me?
D20.
Yeah.
D20. See how well I throw this. It kind of bounces around, goes around the rim a little bit, falls in. Never to be seen again.
I've seen better.
well, that was a day.
I feel like we have
Somebody?
so much information to process.
I don't know
Yeah.
what there is to do now. I know you guys are. Well, I'm glad you're getting into the library, Professor, and Ronkin. This was just a job for you, right?
Yeah. More of the same.
Is this normal?
No.
Is this kind of, and I don't, I really don't. I really know nothing about what it is. But is it like that? You travel around and you sort of help people, or what is it that you do exactly?
I get paid to do exactly this, but there's usually not mushroom zombies around. There's usually nobody around, actually. So yeah, it's been a day.
Okay. Yeah, it just was. I don't know. It was awesome. It was kind of incredible. I'll be honest.
Well, so I've traveled for 3 years since leaving Gillespie, and I've traveled with some heroes and some knaves and even a rogue or two. And I will say that you might be one of the, apart from dear Ronkin, of course, one of the bravest companions, and definitely among the strongest I've ever had the honor of calling my traveling companion.
Thank you.
I only speak the truth, eventually, at the end of a very long sentence.
No, I get it. I know. I appreciate that. I really do. And I'm sorry if I, I don't know. It's complicated, obviously, I'm sure with all of you, but it's, I don't know. This has been exciting, really exciting.
Speaking of exciting, did your Papa teach you that little move you did back there?
Oh, which one?
What looked like a divine smite of sorts.
Yeah, gosh, no, that, my dad died when I was really young. He, I was, about 7 years old. And so and she pulls out the sword, and you see it's a long sword. It's not as hefty probably as yours. It's sort of what you would consider on the junior end of a sword. It's not like a big massive blade, but it is like really expertly crafted. You get the sense that it's likely magical. It has like a sort of a little bit of a lathander sort of like sun on the hilt, like a little like sort of sun. So it's obviously like sort of a really special blade. And she kind of holds it out, and she's like, this is this is something, he.
The hand-me-down?
Yeah, there was a blade that he used when he was sort of an adventurer. He was a paladin of Lathander, and it was called Don's Favor. And he, after he passed, there was someone at the castle that I grew up at that was able to reforge it and make it more something I could wield. Yeah. I was taught in his ways, and I think he'd be proud of what I'm able to do now. But he sadly wasn't there to be able to be the one to teach me.
Well, let's not count that the dead is not watching, Sorsha. Just because we don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. You should know that as well as anyone.
Yeah, he's here with me, all of this, and she kind of gestures her shield and her. She's like, this is all him. This is all. It all comes from him, one way or the other.
Not to interrupt a beautiful moment, Sorsha, but I have to disagree. It comes from you. It comes from you.
Well, all right. We're getting too sappy here.
No, it's a nice moment.
Tell me what about this hill? You didn't want to say it in front of the father.
No,
What's up? What's going on?
I don't like. As I revealed to you, I think it was literally one night ago. I have the dragon mark, the whole thing, the thing that's I think
you guys got matching
consuming my body
right?
and soul. I don't like to share it, and the work being done at Hillisby is, well, it's not dangerous. I mean, it's dangerous. It's definitely dangerous and deadly, but it's a little unorthodox, the work that we did there, and my methods are sound. My research is cohesive. But I am Father Van Dern, with his monkly perspective, I worry he wouldn't understand the work that we're doing, and I didn't want the blue to come out, and it's too complicated to explain. And anyways, that's why I need the book. Anyways, I want to see if there's a way to control it or harness it.
I get you.
Let's get you that book. Can I
And
ask
there's
you guys?
11 other topics as well.
Can I ask you guys a question? What's after this? I mean, I don't know if I want to just go back to the cafe after this. It seems, I don't know.
Well, I think we might have a wizard to hunt down.
Yeah, we definitely have some questions, don't we?
I mean, this has been way more profitable than any damn caravan security gig.
Yeah, I think I made about 5 weeks of wages in 2 days. So, count me in.
Hey Doc, you need a lift somewhere else?
I
Next pit stop.
I would not say no. I could do with a tour of the libraries. We could.
Oh right.
There's the other one. We could go to Hillisby. We could go to Olafir.
You want to go on a library crawl?
Oh, I love it. Oh, Ron,
Well-
you know, speak my love language.
I feel like I've got to.
Library
I think I've got to check in and at the Elegant Moon before I just head off in the north.
That's true. I do have my luggage there. Still, I have my bags.
You guys don't carry all your belongings with you?
Well, now I can in the bag of molding.
It's around this time that you get a knock on just outside the door. Just a hello.
Open it up.
Decent. We're decent. Yes.
Oh, and it's Eero. Hello. I heard that you wanted to. Well, you mentioned that you wanted to go see the library. I was about to go check in there myself while they were getting dinner ready. Did you want to head to the library for an hour or so as they finish dinner?
An hour or
An appetizer?
so.
You want a book
Let's-
appetizer, Doc?
Let's go. You can find some books that you want to look at, or scrolls, or what you'd want, and then we can head back, go eat some dinner, and then come back. Research
Can
for a
I
while.
just stay and you can like bring a to-go box? An hour is
no
barely
food
enough to like
in the
navigate
library.
the
You're
catalog.
talking about 1,000-year-old books and scrolls, and in some places we cannot eat in the library. That's
Okay, well let's go.
that's
and,
literally one of the 8 rules of the library.
What are the other 7?
Well, let's just hope we never have to encounter those.
That
I
was good,
silently
James. That was good.
pantomime to the professor to like pull something out of his bag and eat it, like pointing at your bag of
See if I can
molding.
get a chicken wing. I'll see if I can
Yeah.
stuff some chicken wings in.
Well, come. Let's head on down.
I'm
Any-
skipping the whole way there.
He leads you back down to the first floor and through that library door in the foyer. And this is, I mean, Martin, you had been in the library just very briefly the first time you were here, and even very briefly, earlier today. But again, you were just greeted by this large, high-vaulted, 2-story library with large windows on one side and bookshelves that are just covering all the walls with spell scrolls and the sliding little ladders and a little catwalk up above on the second floor so you can access some of those books easier. And the large chandelier that just with these smokeless white arcane flames flickering just kind of illuminate the library. This is just absolutely overjoys you, and you could see yourself spending years, lifetimes reading these books and never read the same thing twice. Well, welcome, officially welcome. What type of things were you? Was there something that in particular you wanted to look for?
Yeah, could I write down some keywords? Do you have I imagine do you have like a top greatest hits? Is there a
There's so much here, but if you give me, I can point in the right direction and give you some open up a case, and we can look inside that.
Okay, I'm interested in
Yeah, I've got your list. If you want to roll your
Fantastic.
roll a d20 or roll a investigation check.
Oh gosh.
Are they on the
Does he-
Fizzband's decimal system?
Oh
Yeah.
man. Does he get
Fizzies.
that was good, Matt. Does he get to activate guidance for this roll?
If you want to, you have to do
God,
it
of course he
beforehand.
does. Of course. Activating guidance.
He is guided.
For the next minute. Ooh.
18.
18, that's pretty good.
Good guidance.
Pretty good.
That's the best guidance.
Yeah.
He guided himself the most he could.
Okay. Let's see. You find books.
Just lowercase a book.
Yeah, a book. Well, let's do a little searching, will we? He begins to look through, and he finds the first book, and you see he walks over and is kind of looking. Okay, over here. Climbs up a ladder, and you see him pull a key out from underneath his shirt, hold it up to the case, and you see kind of the case shimmer a little bit before he then opens it up and drops the key back in his shirt.
Did we hear what he asked for?
He wrote it down. You didn't. Are you hiding this from anybody?
I'm not hiding.
But you gave him a no. You didn't say.
I gave him a list of some
Give me
keywords.
then a perception check.
No, it's
See
okay.
if you
I
can read it.
wouldn't.
Would you
try to read it? I just wanted
Okay.
to know if he mentioned it.
Sorship, you could say my life is an open book. I'm happy to share my keywords and searches with you.
You talked about it a lot, and I was just curious what you're looking for.
Yes,
I mean,
no,
I think you told me a little bit, but what are the keywords you're looking for?
I'm searching for dragon marks. I'm searching for boons. I'm searching for blue dragons. I'm searching for portals. And I'm searching for the elemental plane of air.
So the first one, you find he pulls out a scroll and says, "This is all I have about your first topic. This was," and he hands it to you, and you see it's written "Influence with Strength," and it goes on to talk about, and it's written by a researcher named Kobe Arnako.
This name generator is excellent.
Yeah.
Hey, my name's Kobe Arnako.
I'm walking here.
Hey. And it goes on to talk about how much of what is understood about the boons of powers that are granted upon oneself are really these special powers that are granted by the gods, and that they should be cherished as they are these gifts amongst mortals.
Ooh, a gift.
And how they are. And then it goes on to kind of loosely describe in a historical tale some of the different things that are like these magical boons that you can be granted, like magical resistances and strengths beyond the normal man, and the abilities to see into other planes of existence. And what starts off as a seemingly non-fiction soon divulges into fiction by the end of it, telling, or what seems to be fiction, as it begins to tell the story of a man who was bestowed the ability to not be harmed by fire, and he was able to be a blacksmith artist, as he was able to mold the metal with his hands, as the flames would not hurt him. And you read through the whole story with great interest.
Can I read it aloud?
Sure, you can be reading this aloud.
I peek up about the not harmed by fire.
I know. I was projecting. I thought you would like this part, Sorsha.
Yeah.
And then
Anything about so no curse, no untimely death, no poisons visible in this
but I
document?
did find here there was this one other one, and he pulls down. He goes, hold on, and he climbs up, goes across the room, and again with his key opens it up and pulls out. Here are these two ones. This one is called. Well, this one I'm not sure what this is called. This is Element with Immortality. And then this one just doesn't even have a name.
Is this all the
Interesting.
Kobe Arnacco?
These ones are, here's some of the information about the dragon research that you wanted. And the first one, the element with immortality begins to describe sometimes the mark of the dragons that are imbued upon people within the generations. It talks about that they are magical gifts given upon again mortals, and while there's technically 13 different types of gifts, 12 are the only ones that have ever been seen. And they represent different houses within the draconic realm. Much like almost like different gods within them each. And they never appear the same. They're never visually identical, even if you have the same type of gift bestowed upon you. There's also much talk within that about how these are like these physical manifestations of a prophecy, a draconic prophecy, that is almost akin to a written passage of time. That there's a written record within the world, within the ethereal world, in the realm of dragons, keeping of what has happened, what is happening, what will happen, and that somewhere within this there is a prophecy of what will happen. It does not specify what this prophecy is. It's one key point within it, a frustration that you find as you're reading this. You're like, by the end of the story, you're like, God damn it, I wanted to know what goddamn prophecy was. Why wasn't it here? Let me reread it. And you begin to reread again through huge sections of this book as you're trying to like find this prophecy within it, and you just still come up blank. And then the second one, this unnamed one, begins to read almost like a quick description, a scroll with like a quick description of different dragons, and starts to talk about blue ones specifically, and it kind of almost lists like almost like a wiki of blue dragons in some ways, of like very scientific, of if somebody was like sitting there and writing down everything they saw, but not in a illustrative way, very plain and to the point. It describes how the blue dragons prefer the coastlines. They prefer water. They prefer to have storms and marshes and seaside cliffs, and they like to live by islands in the tropics. It describes what type of prey they like. They tend to like larger prey, cattle, herds of animals. They especially, some call them storm dragons, and they were somewhat named after this, as they so sometimes breathe out lightning. It then begins to tell about a few famous ones, and that have been known in through history. Tamaris Ur, Tezgral the Cruel, Brandigal.
Tezgral, man. Brandigal.
And then it tells about the common names of these common themes within those, that they were cruel. They loved to wield power. They loved the idea of combating and lording over humans and and other animals. And they really, at the end of it all, it's not that they didn't care about the results. They cared about the acts that they were doing. They wanted to be vain. They wanted to be territorial. They didn't give a shit about that they were actually having that, like they won all this land. They just wanted the actual fight to happen because they enjoyed that part.
Curious.
It also talks about how they loved visually appealing treasure, and like art, and gems, gold, items, like shiny items. These were the raccoons of the dragon world. And it goes on a little bit more describing them, but that was, you kind of feel like you got what you needed out of that one.
I mean, I don't know if there's anything else to research, but these three texts have given me ample information.
And well, it's I think dinner was ready about an hour ago. I think we got a bit swept up.
During the professor's research, I would have tried to slip away to the nearest employee to get my own book, kind of like on the sly.
Yeah. What were you looking for?
I wanted to specifically look up history of like influential families and businesses in Kellengar.
Oh yes. You begin to look up, and well, we've got yeah. Here, let me look for a few things. Let me find the one for that. I do have stuff for that one too.
Yeah.
Roll me a history check. See if what we can, or a investigation. See if we can find some of these things. 15. Good.
Not awful.
No, that's good. That's good. Where was it? You do find that there's. He pulls out a book, and it's a kind of a broad history of the city. It tells about how the city was originally. It's kind of got a complicated history. It was originally a mine that went in, and as it went deeper, they began to fill in sections of the mine behind them with essentially a small ramshackled city. And as they got deeper and bigger, the city grew around them. Till one day, they ran into a series of goblins, an entire goblin village living inside of this mountain. And this quickly turned into a group. It's essentially then, after a couple of years of fighting over like who would control this, they all decided that they were going to instead live together and build this city. And they kept building this mine and working together. So this is one of the largest, actually, congregations of not only goblins but in the region, but also dwarves. And out of this being kind of this very wealthy and industrial city that a vast wealth was essentially generated. And eventually these large families begin to take hold of the city's power. some of the most famous of them and it lists 4 of the most famous ones. There's the Shackleford family, which own the Shackleford mines. And a lot of this is all based on that these were the families that owned the original mines of the area. You have the Catalano family. You have the Barral house. And the Good brand. Now, it specifically mentions that the Good brands were not actually miners, but instead ran a large portion of the smelting and general trade within these early years. That they essentially set up shop outside of the city for all the things that they couldn't do inside the city, and would regularly, help bring things back and forth. The other families owned huge sections of the mines, each one holding different veins that went deep into the ground. These families, you do recognize the names, but not for specifically the reason you're looking for.
Okay. Sneak back to wherever Griv is reading aloud to himself by now.
Ronkin, I find this to be quite surprising. Did you know that blue dragons, the associated with elemental plane of water and air, are in fact cruel and take joy in power? I would have thought they would be as wily as the seas, but in fact cruelty is their defining characteristic. How curious.
I don't think I've ever heard of a friendly dragon. I mean, have you ever seen a dragon? I've never.
A lot of dragons are friendly. Just not.
Have you met a dragon?
No.
Do I believe her?
If that's,
You could
that's a
roll an
good
insight
question.
check. Zorsha, do you need to be believed, or does she believe you?
You can't tell.
I have met a dragon.
There's the chromatic dragons, right? And then there's gold dragons.
Chromatic. That just means colors.
Metallic, and there's the chromatic. Don't
forget the third variety, Sorsha. The third variety. We have the chromatic, we have the metallic, and we have the gem dragons. That's correct. The gem dragon.
So,
has anybody seen any of this?
I grew up with a lot of dragon paraphernalia in.
You told one relative you like dragons, so like everybody likes dragons.
That's right.
Got a sweet dragon pipe over
turtles.
there, and
I mean, I think this is as good as time as any. So, Professor, a blue dragon is that where you got your mark?
Oh, yes. As I mentioned, the Hillespie Research Institute. Do I see that he's?
For sure.
Do I see that his around? Whatever hero is around.
Yeah.
He's putting some of the fruit scrolls away.
Fantastic. So we discovered a door to the elemental plane of air, and the wizards and I went back and forth about what to do with it, and they said
Discovered
open
or
it wide.
created?
It's definitely discovered, did not create. This is,
Do I believe it?
Transmutation is one thing, but dimensional doorways is another thing entirely, Ronkin. And
Roll a history check, Professor.
Oh yeah, let's see. That's a critical fail on history. That's impressive.
You are having a hard time remembering a lot of the details. You're just kind of flustered by this question. It's like you're in that zone where you have like so much in your brain you want to get out,
God.
but
Yeah.
it's essentially the word, like literally every thought is jumping over each other, so it's just kind of coming out mush.
I saw a dragon. I met a big blue dragon. Reached out,
met a
touched me.
dragon?
I met I mean,
You went
we didn't
to the
exchange
plane?
names. No, I met a dragon. I saw a dragon met me. I met dragon. Blue.
Were you
big
wearing your
blue
glasses
dragon.
at the time?
Do I wear glasses?
Do you?
Was I wearing glasses? When am I not
picture the
myself?
glasses.
Am I myself if I'm at home? I met a big blue dragon.
Sure you
Reached
did.
out and touched me, gave me my mark, and
Like grabbed your wrist?
Reached out and touched Griff.
That's good. It touched into my heart, not emotionally, like physically. I mean,
And that's where you got the mark, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
And I was worried it
the
was a
blue
fever.
dragons are, I mean, they're generally, lawful and they're evil. I know that they are lightning, right? That's their breath is that true? Yeah,
Lightning and
I
cold.
believe.
The elemental plane of air is a cold place. We all had to wear winter parkas.
Well, I don't know if you
Wait, you went in?
Oh no! Just opening the door, the cold coming out.
Huh.
well,
I met a blue dragon. I'm just going with the roll, James. I'm just going with the
No,
roll.
no,
roll the
it's
one.
perfect.
Did you meet a dragon, Sorsha?
no, I have so on my mother's side I have an ancestry of draconic blood. And it is a red dragon, and that is how I get my power. That is how I get my magic. It's
Are
a
we
very
kinda
different kind of
RGB or-
magic, and it is very much a fire-based magic. It's easy for me. It is natural. It is something that is very different from what I have with the god Lathander. That is a very different thing. This red dragon ancestry, if that's what it is a it's deep. It's in my blood, and that is a very evil, very chaotic.
Yeah, what does the book say about the red ones?
They're of the chromatic dragons. They are the most powerful, and they are full of rage and fire. The largest, the most vicious, and
One's the most cruel, one's the most vicious. Starting to
They're
sound
greedy.
synonymous.
Greedy red dragons are known for their greed. If I remember.
they're evil incarnate.
Huh.
Around
Blue
this
dragons are
time,
the second most powerful.
Dave just left.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. The group's done.
Fucking done.
You flip the table.
Around this
They're
time,
the second most powerful.
he Eero comes back and check this out. I found a book that does not belong here, Professor. Look at this.
May I'm always curious if something that's not cataloged.
This is an uncatalogued book. This is quite funny. You're gonna get a kick out of this one. And he puts it down. And the title reads, The Book of Teddy.
The book. Could this be a self-published book placed in the library by Theodore?
I believe so.
No way.
And
Uh,
you begin to open it up and look at it, and you realize it's half empty.
oh, Teddy.
He's been writing in it every time he's come here.
Oh, Teddy. Since this is not a cataloged book, could I borrow this for the evening? I think this would make some good bedtime reading.
Sure. Yeah, of course. I
Okay.
don't need to keep it inside this in the library right now.
Is this like a never, like Teddy, the book of Teddy you're tossing in the discard pile, or is this
No,
like
no.
may
I
borrow
thought
and
that this would be
return?
interesting. I would love to get it back.
Okay, I will.
That way,
Definitely.
when
I
he
wanted to make
returns,
sure.
he can continue on the legacy of Teddy.
Yes, when he returns.
Yes.
Teddy zooms.
Well,
Awkward
maybe-
glances to the ground.
I look at Sorsha like maybe we can use the book to find Teddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said you knew how to do that, right?
Oh, I can't do that. I know that's a thing people can do.
Hero, before we go and have dinner, which I
Yes.
assume will be delicious and have multiple courses,
I believe it's
Um,
probably getting cold by now. But yes,
is there any other things that my friend Sorsha has learned some today? I imagine Ronken, I don't know, grimaced and glowered at the books from afar. And I read, of course, a trilogy of sorts. Are there any books that you would say we would be missing out if we were to not visit them? Things that are like, the I don't know if we live in a world where like CandleDeep exists, but the majestic wizard's tower of the library, the glorious canyon, the beautiful mountaintop.
well, I mean, I do have some favorites,
I knew you would.
but I don't know if I've read many of the ones in here. I do enjoy the books of the common law, the book of the 12 seasons that talks about the wonders of the outside world and the vegetables and plants within it. And during the different seasons, it talks about what grows in different regions.
I
And,
do
what
like a
you can
good
expect.
vegetable. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I'm into it.
There always is, and one of our most checked out ones, fungal crop rotation for underground dwellers. It's a popular one.
Is that the for dummies version, or is that the full edition?
That's the full edition. That's,
that's
edition
impressive.
4. Edition 4.
Oh,
Fourth edition.
Wow, I did not know. I had only seen
There's
the
some
shorter.
things in there that didn't quite make it to 5th. Shame. But I'd have to look on that. Here's the thing.
Maybe
There's
tomorrow.
a million books. There's hundreds of books, thousands of books in here, and you
Wait,
can get
you went
lost.
from hundreds to millions. How many books are there in
Millions.
this library?
I think we have close to 200,000 scrolls and books in here.
There's so many books. Well, we'll come back tomorrow, and maybe for the next 14 days, I imagine. No
Well,
one's got any work
I'm
to
going to
do.
be quite busy. I do need to do an inventory, as it's been weeks. Make sure everything's in tip-top
we'll
shape.
talk about that at dinner, and we'll talk about how many days I'll have unfettered access to the library over dinner. Look at Sorsha. She's wasting away. Look at her face.
And
She's starving.
you get this look, Sorsha, that just looks like, save me. Save
So
me.
that food is ready, yeah?
Yes, come. Let's go. Let me, here, head out this room, out to the kitchens, they'll be eating upstairs, on the second floor. I'm going to put these away.
Remind me exactly like how the guy opened the cages of the books.
He held the key up to
He
it.
just held
It's
the
on
key
a
right up
necklace.
to it.
And you
Okay,
saw it
he
kind
didn't
of
insert it and turn it.
no, and you saw the whole thing kind of like shimmer a bit.
Okay.
Like it looked like almost when you throw a small pebble into a pond, like a glassy pond, and it just kind of and if you just like looked at take away the ripples, and actually the movement of in like kind of the way it just displaces the water and like shakes it, you'd have kind of an idea of like what it almost looks like as he's like putting that up.
Okay.
Yep. And so he puts those other books away, and then let us go, and leads you off to the dining room, where you find it's maybe got like 20 people in it that are still kind of lingering, some having some drinks. Most have finished eating at this point, but he immediately, as you kind of step in, he goes, "Oh, welcome. Okay, wonderful. I'll see you all later." And he kind of scampers off to the side to go talk to a few people.
Well, did you find what you came here for, Professor?
I am leaving with some answers and some new questions, Sorcerer. I fancy another library trip in the future.
Well, coffee and tea mixed, everybody?
Absolutely. Better than a milk beer, which I read is an exotic delicacy in some faraway land.
Sounds awful.
It sounds absolutely terrible. But some things are made to be together, like
They say it's
coffee
an
and
acquired
tea or
taste,
us
but
three.
no.
Do we feel good then to leave in the morning, head home?
In the meantime, while you're talking, you all sit down, and somebody brings you some nice bowls of it's like a bed of rice with kind of like a thickened rabbit stew with some fresh cut vegetables that have been kind of simmered. So it almost forms like a gravy that kind of sits on top of this rice and slowly sinks in.
Painting a picture.
It's got like kind of a sweetness to it, very aromatic. It's quite delicious it's very rustic but wonderful.
What happens if I try to pull the bread off the top of the professor's staff?
I don't know what does happen.
I imagine you just have to do a strength check against the power that's holding it. So go ahead.
I feel like, James, your food descriptions are so good. This is like when you watch a Miyazaki film, and then whenever there's like a scene where somebody eats, you're just like, they spent extra time making sure the food looks amazing.
It's like what do I want right now?
James as a DM, anytime there's a food scene, it's not just like, oh, you got some porridge. It's like, no, let me paint you a fucking picture.
What do I want to be eating right now? Yeah.
Ronkin, you pull the bread from it, and then like as you get it, the power becomes too much and just jets back.
What is the point of this?
Well, it's for convenience. It's like you have pockets,
Not so many
you have
questions.
a bag, and then you have like the,
Every time you ask a question, he has to answer.
real outdoor upstairs.
And you know that when the answer gets started, it doesn't stop.
Stop! Don't stop!
Are you implying that I'm a wizard?
Are you
Don't ask the questions.
Ronkin? What counter query? What evidence have you provided to prove to us that you are A, a wizard, B, not a wizard, C, something else that is neither wizard nor not?
It's a little hard to prove a negative. But what evidence would you have to say I am a wizard?
Well, you have taken some interest in the spell book, which I believe you still have, dear Ronkin.
Did you want it back?
No. For me, it's merely a scholarly artifact. It has no arcane importance to me. Does it to you, dear Ronkin?
I don't know. I kind of wanted to, I don't know, expand my repertoire.
Well, please, read if you need if you help with annotations, if you need a quill.
I mean, I'm
after.
pretty sure you put corrections throughout this entire thing.
Yes, but if you need me to, explain my corrections, I'd be happy to do so.
Maybe I will.
Sorsha, do you need me to explain anything in excessive depth?
I was not paying attention.
With that, he's going to start, eating the stew, using the crusty bread, mopping it up. He's going to be quiet for 15 minutes, so if you have to get done, now's the time.
I'm gonna eat.
You all sit down and eat. And at this point, you're all rather quiet as you're sitting here eating, as you're just sort of exhausted. It's been a long day. You had, you'd gotten into a battle. You've been sitting down and reading. You've been helping kind of clean up the town and move stuff around. At this point, you're like, kind of now that you're sitting down, not doing anything and eating, you're just like, kind of feeling the weight of the day. Just like, oh, okay. That was a lot. That was a lot. And the room slowly starts emptying out as just people kind of head to bed. You're hearing their goodbyes of like, see you in the morning. See you in the morning. Yep. Bright and early. We're gonna tackle that project. Okay. As people are kind of talking and they're heading out. How late do you all stay up? At this point, the sun's kind of come down. There's some small torches that you can kind of see out the windows outside in the town, as it's kind of gotten rather sleepy out there.
Sorsha probably, at this point, would retire into her room for a little privacy, a little journaling before bed, for an early bedtime.
We're a very bookish group.
Yes.
Martin also retires, but rather than journaling, which he respects as a literary art, he starts recording and synthesizing the information, developing a theory of blue dragon marks, both aberrant and otherwise.
Interesting.
I would probably, if I had a view out of my window, I would try to make a point to like post up where I can kind of keep one eye out the window for anything weird going on in town.
You have kind of this corner unit,
Okay.
that kind of corner room, and so you can kind of
I'm gonna
see out. You can see
hold
over
my
to the
chair
main
to the
square. It's
window.
pretty quiet.
I'm just gonna do that for about as late as I can without screwing my sleep. But I'm gonna sit there and continue my transcribing through all the corrections of the notes in that spell book.
Okay, good. Well, eventually you all make your way to sleep. Nothing of any interest, honestly. Once the sun goes down, you start to see a few people walk around outside, but in the town square. But eventually, and pretty quickly, everybody heads to their respected abodes, and it goes very quiet. All you see is kind of the torches that have been put up burning, and the river that's flowing nearby. Just you hear the slow paddle of water as the water wheel in the mill just kind of and eventually you find yourself nodding off to sleep in the chair, and eventually make your way like we all do, still like half clothed, just plopping into bed of like, oh, whoops, I fell asleep in a chair. Shouldn't have done that. But does everybody want to take a quick break, and then we'll wake up to the new day?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Quick break.
Long rest.
Yes, you all get a long rest as we have a good night's sleep.
Since I'm cuddling this ring, do I have the ability to know what it is now?
You do. That is a ring of what did I call it? I'll get you a specific thing, but it's the anti-magic ball control ring. And you find yourself, after sleeping with it the night, that you feel much more connected with the ring. I mean, while it was blocking the effects of things the day before, you take a few minutes while everybody's still asleep to pull it out, and you start playing with it, and you realize you can turn it on and off now.
Sorsha,
Wow.
your hypothesis was correct.
Dave, you just need to, I'll create it for you, but you just have to have it attuned to control the turning of on and off. It will function, as soon as you put it on, it will grant you immunity to whatever the effects of it are, but to actually control the on and off, you need to attune to it.
That's fantastic.
Do you know how powerful it is? Like how much magic it can anti?
It can prevent any spell from being cast within a 15-foot area. Or from in each direction, 15 feet in each direction.
Spell being cast, Sorsha.
Yeah, Professor. I think it's great that you hold on to that. But just
Are you sure, Sorsha? You were the discoverer of the magic.
well,
Yeah, think of it as counterspell in a ball form.
Oh yeah, what is
Durable
the
counterspell.
action or a bonus action to turn it on or off?
You have to be wearing the ring to do it, and have be attuned to the ring to do it.
Right. Does it cost an action or like a bonus action or a
Bonus
reaction?
action. It just it takes the thought of I'd like to turn this off, and it turns off.
just I guess, Professor. I don't mind you holding on to it. I think any of us would be qualified for that. It's just that not now, but there might be a time where I may ask to borrow it.
As long as we are traveling companions, Sorsha, it is yours to borrow.
Okay. Just promise me you'll keep it safe. That's something
I will
that
keep it safe.
is very, very powerful.
I will keep it safe.
So convinced.
I just need to think about it a little bit.
You all get up and you head to breakfast. They're kind of getting a light oatmeal prepared for everybody with some dried fruits, some nuts, and other kind of little accoutrement to go along with it. They're making some tea too. It's like a strong black tea, and they've got like kind of a little station set up to the side of like some milks and stuff if you need to doctor it at all. Some honey.
Coffee?
You don't see any coffee, but so
Mike's
you
got me
see
hooked on the
somebody
teacup.
sees you kind of looking around. Is like, are you a coffee drinker, not a teer?
A little bit of both, actually.
Okay. Give me a moment. And he heads back.
Do you have oat milk?
Oat milk? I don't know.
Almond milk.
Moment.
If you don't.
There's
goat
almond
milk.
over there. There's almond already
milk.
over there. But yes, I don't know about
Do you have goat milk?
goat milk. No,
Goat
we
milk.
don't have goat milk.
Well,
sorry. You know.
Well, gentlemen, is it time to say our goodbyes?
To each other? We're not traveling together anymore?
Wait, where's our ride?
Johnny?
Where's Johnny?
Jonathan? Jonathan.
You don't see Johnny.
Hey, can't
Not
you
in this
do that
room.
little mind talking thing, Sorsha?
Hey, Professor, I'm sorry. Can I have it? Can I have the ring? Can I have it? The
No,
orb?
yeah, please, of course. Yes, ring away.
Thank you. I'm gonna hold on to it. James, when you're ready to send it, do you mind sending it?
I'll send it to you. Are you just holding on to it now? the ring. You've got the
she
ring
was-
now.
She was trying to be polite, but
Yeah.
she really wants
The ring.
that.
Yeah, totally.
But
Okay.
she
Do
doesn't
you want
have
the
the
orb as well, or just the ring?
No, both.
Oh, you asked for the ring. Oh, you want the whole package,
Yeah,
Sorsha.
yeah.
We've gone in oatmeal. We've gone from you hold on to it and keep it safe to you want to take
I
it.
know.
That's fine, Sorsha. No, Sorsha, it's fine. I enjoy your.
Just an
That
aside. If somebody slipped that orb into somebody's pocket, and you could just activate on demand,
Yeah.
food for thought.
Yeah, listen, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's happening with the three of us, but I have some unfinished business, and I didn't think I would find something like this that
Unfinished, you need to deliver some beer, right?
Unfinished beersness.
it's a little bit beyond that.
Beer on that.
I want you guys to know that the reason I want this is because I'm afraid of I'm afraid of someone, and they are they're very powerful with magic, and it's something that I don't like asking for things, but it's I think it might make me feel a little safer.
So, Sorsha, may I? Your friend Ronkin and I are here. We will, of course, help in whatever way. But what strikes cold fear into your fiery heart?
What ails you?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys asking, and I appreciate the beer jokes. I'm not ready really to talk about it, if that's all right. You know, I don't want to be a drag. I'm telling you guys, this is the most fun I've had. This has been incredible. But yeah, there's some stuff in my past, and it's not good. And you know, we can talk about it at some other time. I don't want the oatmeal to get cold.
Hands it over. Continues to slurp his oatmeal.
Thank you, Professor.
As you eat, about 20 minutes later, you do see Johnny walk in. And you come to, oh, hey guys. We're heading out soon, right? Got the cart all ready.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Yeah, they loaded up with 2 casks of ale, about 6 cases of wine. Was that all you needed? Or
Yeah,
except that
well,
the father said that he went through the records, and so that you were owed at least that.
yeah, we were owed 4, but I was told by Vare that 2 would be fine for now.
Okay. Yeah, he said that that's what he's got right now. Given all the other orders that he still needs to get out.
Okay.
I think there was also an order for like a bushel of bread crust.
Bread crusts.
Well,
he
we
did
will-
not mention bread crusts. That's typically...
Well, he mentioned it to us, so
Oh.
If you got any bread, cheese, and sausage,
take some of that for the road if you don't mind.
Well, I wouldn't ask me. I gotta drive you. So,
Oh, Johnny, I'm so sorry. I got
who are you
confused
talking
with
to?
Who I was talking to.
Sorry, Johnny. I thought you were in charge of everything.
I'm gonna go down by the cart and just and get
Alright.
the horses hooked up.
Watch out for those arrows. Sorry, it's not funny.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, gang. I'll see you. I'll see you down there.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
eager to kind of get back at this point.
yeah. Let's get going.
It's been a
You guys,
weird.
You guys ready to
Does he
leave?
just call us gang? Does he think he's part of
Yeah.
our gang?
Johnny had a chance. He didn't want to go up the canyon, so I think that that rules Johnny out from all participation, both past, present, and future in the gang until he does something equal or equivalent to.
And at this
Shadowcat
point, he's
Alley.
walked away.
He must think he's in the gang.
He's
Be
not in the
easy on
gang.
Johnny. He's simple, you know.
It's just a common.
He is simple. He's simply not in the gang.
Well, you guys ready to say goodbye to this mushroom town?
It's been a
It's been real.
yeah.
Spur of a
mushroom
day.
town.
So what do you guys do? So you go collect up your stuff? What's your
I
plan?
think so.
What you doing?
Say our goodbyes, grab our stuff.
Okay.
I grab all my shit, grab some of that, just snag a bottle of ink and a pen and a stack of 25 sheets of paper.
Sure. Add it to your list of stuff you
Snag
got.
that shit and walk
You've
out
got
the door.
it's like fine parchment and some fine ink. You grab like
Damn, that's
three
some
quills
fine ink.
that are laying around.
Sorry.
Damn, girl.
It's fine ink and fine parchment. I realized I forgot to return the book of Teddy.
Okay. It was it was interesting. It kind of put in more perspective on the first 30 years of his life. He
We can
was.
talk about it some other time. While
Yeah.
we're on the road back, I'll recount the tale
Yeah, I'll recount it to you then.
and I'll
So you go, you
recount
drop it off.
over excruciating detail.
Hero isn't there, but one of his associates is, and they take it from you. Oh, where am I supposed to put this? It seems to not be cataloged.
No. You add it to the biography section, subcategory auto.
Okay.
And put it on the new arrivals shelf, like a feature wall.
Oh.
Or you could cross post it in local history. Do you have a local history section?
I'm gonna just check with Hero. See what he wants to do with it.
You could alternately put it if you have it organized by methodology. You could put it in the auto ethnography. You could source it under the form rather than the genre or topic.
That doesn't really fit in with the Fisbandian method of organizing books.
Oh, you use Fitzban's method? No. That is No. Mordekainen.
Hey, Professor!
Mordekainen has the perfect.
We're leaving.
sourcing
It's
method.
well, it's not something
No, that
that
was
we
the
can
more
decide on.
common, the
That's
better.
actually decided by
Next time.
the main guild. They decided we didn't.
He's
I
pulling
just
me
work
away
here.
as I'm like
Yeah.
arguing. Now
Bye.
I'm yelling, shouting at the cloud.
Moving in by his shoulders from behind.
Bye. What do I do with this book? And so you step outside, and it's quite a nice day that it's shaping up to be. It's probably about 10 at this point now that you've gotten your stuff, eaten breakfast, gotten ready. As you head down to the town square, you can see it's much more lively now. You're seeing people kind of go to and from. People are repairing some of the buildings and broken windows, and a lot of people are kind of clearing out dead things in terms of rotten food, rotten plants that have died, just kind of the general upkeep of something that has been neglected for 3 weeks. Everybody's kind of in cleaning mode. Kind of a spring cleaning of oh, no one's done this in a while, okay. But as you see Father Bender and kind of going back and forth, like telling everybody, kind of barking off orders, to everybody. Just kind of guiding the whole process for everybody. And when he turns and sees you, you're heading out already. Okay. Well, thank you again so much. And Professor, I will pass on the information to the rest of the monasteries, so you can go and visit any of the libraries around. You have our eternal thanks.
Did you just say any? Can you say that just one more time? I want to let those words.
You can visit any of our libraries. Any of our monastery libraries you can go visit. You have permission. Now, granted, that won't... I feel like I must specify this. You seem like the type of person I must specify this with. That does not count for the restricted sections of any libraries.
Wait, did I see the restricted section of your library?
No.
What is the point of a restricted area in a library?
To hold the books that should not be seen by any others.
Who decides that?
Well, it's generally decided by a council that does not reside here, that feels that when things are above the mere mortal to see, might cause more they exist, and we must keep them for the knowledge that it exists, but in general it doesn't need to be seen by anybody.
That's not fair, and I look at Mr. Griv.
Restricted section. We missed a whole opportunity of black books. The ooze and moan and groan and leak things and.
Even I have not seen all of them. I will say that.
Damn it. Can we come back another time and see these restricted sections? Sorsha's waiting, and she gets very impatient when I dawdle.
I would say you can see them from afar, but I can't until you have permission to read from the restricted.
How do we set up a guided tour of the vault?
You know what? What you're gonna need to look up is Form 44A and find that in the.
I only have 44C.
Well, I am so sorry. Our time here is done. I must be going. Look for that 44A form.
He has a new motivation is finding Form 44A wherever it exists.
I'll never find it. That.
This is bullshit.
I want to know.
I
want to know what's in the vault. Yeah.
That's so rude.
What do you think they do have in the vault?
They're keeping you from the information that you need. Plandemic, that's what I'm saying. 5G.
Yeah. Everybody hops on that damn cart and heads on out. Johnny is impatient and raring to go. Professor, as you turn around, you see the cart slowly pulling away. Like ever so slowly, as everybody's kind of looking towards you. Like, is he gonna come? Is he gonna come? Is he gonna come?
How far away is it?
It's about 15 feet away now.
I'm gonna wait.
Johnny kind of is looking back and just kind of like
go, Johnny.
Whisper,
Just go.
like, are we really?
He knows.
Just kind of okay. Just kind of keeps cruising slowly, like.
Slow down. I'll hop out and
Oh
go.
my God. Okay. I was gonna. Clifton would have been pissed if I had left him here.
It's my job to bring him home safe.
I could become a camel. I can do it.
Come on, Doc, and I usher you along.
They have a whole bunch of books.
I know.
Room.
It's
room.
bullshit. I know.
The
all
whole
the places
thing is
have
a
books.
restricted room. The whole thing's restricted. They have double restricted. It's not.
Doesn't that defeat the purpose of the library? I thought it was for learning.
That's what I thought so too. This is what I'm telling you. This is wizard shit. Druid nonsense.
Yeah,
Wizard
these
shit.
Wizards
Druid
are.
nonsense. Just drawing a distinction.
Line in the sand.
What's the sorcerer?
Sorcerer shenanigans. They're a whole other thing.
So you don't trust
Shenanigans.
wizards.
Artists. They're so full of themselves.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's go, Ronkin.
Okay.
So you
I
head you
lift
begin to
him up
head
into
out.
the cart
Okay.
by under his armpits.
You get him up into the cart. He kind of plops down, back against the barrels, and in the back of the cart. And you begin to make your way out of town. You get the occasional person in the fields stopping and waving, bye, bye. And it's looking like a good day of travel. The sky's clearing up. It is starting to warm up. The fog is burning off on the ground. And you begin making your way out to the main road. It takes you about, maybe about an hour, and then you hit the main road up and down the coast. What was it called? The Lost Dragon Pass. It goes up and down. And then about another 2 hours later, you hit Darla's. So it's about just a little bit after lunch, like around 1 o'clock, and you're hitting Darla's Tavern. Do you continue on, or do you stop?
We have to, right? We otherwise we sleep.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we
if you
go.
pushed
We got-
really hard, you'd get back late at night. But
Let's just do that.
I got the coupon book right here, and I got the little pin.
Which, by the way, Vare probably wants that back.
Oh yeah, we should probably stop. It would be so rude to take that pin.
No, the pin's Vare's. He gave it
Oh.
to me to show to Darla. So
Didn't we have something from Darla? Something for Darla?
no, it was the pin that Vare gave me
Oh,
because
that's right, there was
he
that
and
nice moment.
Darla used
Are you
to.
asking for the pin back?
No, I don't care. But Vare wants it back when we get back. If you want to wear it until we get back, that's fine.
Sounds like you want the pin back.
I don't care about the pin.
Remember when Darla
here,
thought that
you get the
you were Vare's special lady?
Yep. Here. This is your coupon, and I will take the pin off.
Okay.
Give it to you.
That's you. Sort of feels like you're being weird about it, but I'll just go ahead and take it.
just kind of be weird about it.
You guys, you wanna? I say we just push on, yeah.
You don't want to stay at the hotel for free?
I mean, I think it's a good day of travel. I feel like we could get home.
Yeah, the only reason we would stay is if hilarity ensued.
Okay, free. I don't know. Free meal, right?
It's pretty quiet.
They do
As
have
you've
good
kind of
crusty
pulled up
bread.
and are kind of slowly trotting by, it's fairly quiet. There's maybe a couple of horses tied up by the stable, but other than that, it's not very busy. Not much going on outside. Maybe
Well,
like
let's-
somebody having a smoking a pipe outside. That's about it.
I guess you don't go to the Western Bar at 2 in the afternoon on a Tuesday.
I mean, it's a particular kind of person who makes that trip.
If we want to stay, that's fine too. Just, I figured if we pushed on, we might be able to get back to Haver in time.
We go to Haver.
Fine.
Sorsha, I think Ronkin doesn't ask for much.
No.
No. I'm hopping off.
No. I will grapple you back into that cart.
Oh, I think you have to. I think you need to.
Ooh.
Oof. He's heavier than he looks.
Just barely.
Yeah.
Wiggle it. No, Ronkin, we're stopping at your
No,
favorite
no.
bar. Your favorite bar.
Once again, everyone's on the cart and it pulls away, and the professor is left standing there.
This is Ronkin's favorite boss. He's the
I
hero
lean
of
over to
the line.
Ronkin and
I really don't want to.
I feel like the professor hates it when the plot moves on.
I think he's afraid of getting.
He's afraid of thick
Do you
plot.
think he just wants to stay wherever he's comfortable?
He's afraid of big plot. I actually like that.
That's beautiful.
His fear is plot happening. He wants this conversation to continue endlessly.
Forever.
It's plot. That's his fear. Are blue dragons afraid of plot? Is that an inherited trait?
If you have a plot in the woods,
Meanwhile,
does anybody hear it?
The cart is 200 yards away.
Okay, he catches up. Although
Turn
he
into a
catches up,
spider.
it's like a mile. Ooh, does he want to? No, because then I'll have to take a nap to do it again.
Where's he at?
You realize you've only done that once this entire time.
Yeah. Instead, though, he's turned into like the starry celestial being. With
That's
his
all
also
he's
the
done.
sword.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm not getting out of this cart until we get to Haver.
Yeah, heading
Okay.
back to Haver.
You keep heading on. And you're going at a pretty good pace. You're going in and out of big tree areas. You're like little forested knolls. You're coming back out. You're going on these long, windy little roads and little hillsides with like corn and other stuff around you. And about like half the day goes by, and it's starting to get like late afternoon, and it's been a pretty clear day out, pretty nice, but the wind is starting to pick up, kind of temperature's dropping a little bit, kind of feels like a storm's coming in, kind of that like almost like that rain smell kind of starts to hit you. But
Hey Johnny, can we pick up the pace? I don't want to be caught out here.
My knees
yeah,
hurt.
didn't think it was gonna rain. Didn't look like it was going to.
My elbows
But
hurt.
yeah, let's try going a little faster here.
That's my rheumatoid.
When we start entering the regions in which I was hired to be security for these alleged bandits, that's when I'd kind of like start keeping watch.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Ron,
far,
can you,
Pretty clear. It's kind of hard to see a little bit further out. It's kind of the skies getting a little darker in places. Not necessarily that the sun is going down, but like the storm that's kind of seems to be blowing in is kind of making things just kind of the cloud covers starting to come over. So it's getting a little hard to see some of those details.
don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me.
You keep talking, and I'm doing like the looking over my shoulder. Oh yeah.
But you keep going on. He's kind of picked up the pace, so you're going a little bit faster. He's like, okay, I think that we got maybe another, if we keep up at this, maybe another 3 hours.
Okay.
2-3 hours.
How many feet are we going around?
What's the normal cart speed? I don't know. Where's my chart?
Where's my cart chart?
Yeah.
I'll become a velociraptor and help pull the cart.
No, just you've never seen a
If I thunderwave the
You've
horse,
never seen a velociraptor. Here,
If I
you're
thunderwave
welcome
the
to
horse
roll
while
for
in
it
the
to see if
cart.
you've seen one. But
Scared of the fly. Gotta slow it down. Oh god.
love it. Love that that's what you're scared of.
Too much. Too much story happening, everybody.
Oh no.
I'm worried some shit's gonna go down.
Yeah, he doesn't want anything to happen. Just
I don't know. You're going at a decent clip. At this point, you're gonna go. You're feeling like
3
you're going. Like about 4 or 5 miles an hour. You're doing pretty good. You're going pretty fast at this point. And so you got just a little bit more to go. And the wind keeps picking up, and again, you're kind of like, whoa, this is getting a little chilly. Like, it feels like definitely like it's dropped 15 degrees. Just as kind of the sunlight has gone away, it's gotten dark, and the wind is picking up as you go in. But then you can, and kind of off in the distance, you can see Haver, some light off in the distance. You're like, okay, good. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Johnny is definitely feeling like, okay, ready to get back.
Yeah, we're almost
You're
at
getting
push
those-
on.
Yeah, you're getting that kind of the ever classic feeling of like, my exit's coming up. It's late at night. Oh my God, for the love of God, will this exit coming up? But it's been uneventful overall. Have you guys been fairly silent the whole time? Are you talking, or what's your?
I just think we're cruising.
Just kind of in the cruise. Let's get there.
trying to get there before the storm really opens up.
yeah, arm over the forehead.
I'm talking the whole time.
Okay.
I got mommy block.
Like, nope, not paying attention.
It's
Great.
white noise.
He's describing the weather in extreme detail.
Yeah.
Like
Perfect.
the person.
I don't
who
even
said the sign on the
say
highway.
it just go. It's like when you're on a plane and the person sitting next to you is talking, and the only way to inform them that you don't want to talk is to not respond at all, not even like or anything. It's like you give those at the beginning, but then you stop.
They get ignored, so you just don't even.
Yeah.
I'll bend down and I will hand the professor one of my writing quills. See if that distracts him for just a moment.
Oh, good.
Something tactile.
As you
He picked up on what you were suggesting.
as you get to about the last you're getting pretty close. About the last hour, it though really starts to kind of pour. So you're just kind of, it's getting a little miserable by the end of it. It's not, what starts off as a small kind of drip, 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 drip through the trees starts to pick up, and by the end of it, it's starting to rain as you're kind of pulling into the town. As you pull up through the east gate, you have a few of the and the wind is also at this point picking up quite a bit, so kind of it's whipping around. The storm is going to be here soon. You get to the east gate and cut the guards. Kind of, whoa, hold up. Hello, what can we help you with?
We live here.
Oh, who is that?
Hi, Sorsha.
Oh, Sasha. Oh, yes. Oh, and Johnny. Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Come in. Yeah, we're just this blew in rather quickly. Any help you can give as we're just trying to batten down the hatches before the storm comes. We didn't expect this.
Okay.
So you head on in, past it. Come through. And they kind of let you in. Johnny brings you back up to, brings his cart up to the Elegant Moon, and begins saying, okay, where do you want this dropped off?
Well, let me go find Ver. And
Okay.
I'll run in to go get him.
You kind of knock on the door, and he's up front, closing up the shutters and kind of starting to drag in the or he's there. He started dragging the tables, kind of got a little frustrated, and you can see him now closing up the shutters of the main windows.
Hey there.
For some, oh, you're back. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Hey, can you help me with this one?
Yeah, sure. I go and I give him a hand.
Okay. Oh, thank you. How'd it go?
It's a long story.
Oh,
But we have everything. We have
Okay.
we have wine. We have beer. We where do you want us to offload it? Let's get it out of the.
Here, let's open up the back door. Here, I'll meet you around back. And he scampers inside, and you head to kind of what's the normal back door of the building, and he opens these double doors. And you hear him unlatching, and like, okay, and it's kind of like a little loading dock area around the back. And as the wind is now again just pulling, just whipping around. The rain has kind of stopped for a moment, but the wind is still just kind of battering against all of you. He helps you unload the cask. Oh, and Johnny's helping him too, to kind of quickly get this done. Awesome. Oh, perfect. This is what we needed. Yeah, I'm really curious to see hear what happened. But here, you can tell me that later. It's late.
It's a story.
Okay. And so he unloads them all. You unload them all. He locks it up. Johnny, thanks. And he gives a few. You see him kind of slip some money to Johnny. Thanks again, buddy. Oh yeah, of course. And Bear heads back in. Johnny kind of looks at all of you. So I'm gonna go drop off the cart. That was fun, I think.
I'm glad you made it, Johnny.
I'm glad we all made it, and if you guys ever if y'all need anything, just let me know and get you to and from anywhere you need. It's fun. It wasn't really what I expected, but
Bye, Johnny.
Bye. Okay.
Bye,
See ya.
Johnny.
And he
Thank
rides
you.
off to go drop off his cart at his place.
Johnny's
Not in the gang.
worst.
Not in
You
the
guys
gang.
are so mean.
That's not
Johnny had
ouch.
his chance. He had his chance.
I don't think you did.
No, he had his chance. We invited him to go. I invited him 3 times. I have in my notes. I invited him 3 times. He chose to sit and wait.
That's true. He didn't. But he's a good person to drive a cart. He did that good.
He did. He drove a heck of a cart down a road that
Yeah.
was pre-established. He got shot with an arrow as well as anyone.
He did a good job irritating the horse.
That's right, he did. And he did a good job having a different voice than the other characters. So,
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, this is me. I think
what?
I think I'm gonna hit the hay.
As you're kind of saying this, off to your side, you suddenly hear a woman yelling, "Tabby! Tabby!" And you see this
Oh, what
old
now?
running by you.
Did someone say
Tabby! Tabby! Where are you?
Tabby.
Oh.
She's looking for her cat.
Do we recognize this old woman?
Sorsha would recognize her. It's
Hang
Miss
on,
Odette.
guys.
She's
Let
an
me-
older lady who lives in the area.
Hi, Miss
Yeah.
Odette.
Yes.
What's the problem?
Tabby got out with the storm.
Who's Tabby?
My cat.
Right. I'm sure they're fine.
But oh my gosh, I'm so.
They've evolved from tigers, so some rain is
But
okay
she's just my
probably.
little schnookums. Oh my gosh, where is she? Oh, I hope I can find her. If you see her, please. She's brown with some white spots.
Is there a reward?
I think she's white with brown spots.
Okay.
No, definitely brown
Professor.
with white spots.
Is she
She would-
gray with brown and white spots equally?
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't think so. But she was in the house. She jumped out a window as I was trying to close them all. Oh my
First
gosh.
floor, second floor.
The first floor, of course.
Well
Do you
done.
have anything that
Cool.
belongs to Tabby? Because I'm pretty sure Sorsha here can pinpoint them. With
I mean, I've got one of her
Sadway
toys
accuracy.
back at the house, but
No, I can't do that. He's wrong. We'll keep
I
an eye
should-
out.
She said she could.
okay.
Wait, brown, white? I didn't hear
Brown
any
with
of
white
that.
spots. If you see her, please.
Or white with brown spots.
I hope she just doesn't
Or
get away.
white with brown with holes missing in the brown.
Oh my
Right.
gosh. Well, if you see her, Tabby! And she's keeps walking off around the building. Just Tabby! Tabby!
Do you think she names her dogs like after the breed of dogs?
Lab.
Maybe she named her
Labby!
children.
Labby!
Puggle.
Pug! Pug!
Newfoundland.
Newfie.
I,
Newfie.
I wonder if they even have Newfoundland if she could even get a Newfoundland.
They don't exist.
Oh, hey, dog.
Wrong continent.
Yes, Ronkin?
Can't you speak cat?
Like, oh, absolutely.
Would you?
She didn't
I
ask
mean,
me.
You guys, the
Professor,
cat's
you're
probably
in the gang.
Is she in the gang?
Who? Tabby?
No, Tabby's definitely in the gang. You know something
John?
terrible? I actually can't. I can't talk to her. I can't talk to the cat. I could take a nap and probably... Nope, I'd have to wait. I have to wait. Can't do it. If I was a wizard, I could just know that spell and just do it. It'd take 10 minutes to do it. But I'm a druid.
Are you?
Oh.
I thought you hated wizards.
I'm just saying we all have our strengths and opportunities, and they can just read from a book, and I have spells in my heart.
So this is me.
What, you don't want to find Tabby?
I'm me.
I don't think it takes 3 of us to find a missing cat.
I thought you were a paladin.
Yeah.
I think I am at this moment. While Sorsha keeps saying it's me, I'm going to turn into a cat.
How is that helping?
I'm actually a cat that looks a lot like Tabby.
Oh, that's
I'm
just
white with
confusing.
brown.
Oh, so do I
I'm brown
hand
with
you
white
over?
spots now.
Am I supposed to hand you over and see if she'll give me a reward?
Well, you don't know because the professor is now a cat, and we have no idea what he was intending to do.
Professor,
You're now a
meow
cat.
3 times, if that's exactly what I should do.
I just can't
Is
anymore.
that twice?
Cool. So he's a cat. What are you two doing?
I'm waiting for the
Sorsha's-
cat to have an answer to this
So she's
dilemma.
gonna go to bed. She leans down to the cat and she pets it a little bit. And she says, "Professor, this has been a lot of things. It's been a lot of feelings. But thank you. It was a wonderful trip, and thank you for fighting alongside of me. And good night, Ronkin. I don't feel like I got to know enough about you, but I hope we see each other again after all this."
Going back to waiting tables?
I don't know what else there is to do. I have some business that I should probably, I've been waiting for a while for something, but I don't know quite how to handle this next step, so I think I just need to think about it for a little while.
Well, I bet if it's anywhere near a library, the professor's gonna go, and I look down. Is there a cat?
He
No,
left.
he's gone.
Roll a perception
Yeah.
check.
Damn it.
I guess. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see kind of a black shape. What color are you? What color is your cat shape?
Brown with white spots.
Brown with white
I'm
spots.
I'm a very fat cat.
You see just a tail kind of from off like 2 buildings down, just kind of whoop, turned down.
Well, I'm sure the professor would like to talk about your guys' little skin conditions some more, and I'm sure he would hire me to protect both of you again. So yeah, have a good night.
Is that what
And I just hustle off after wherever I think I saw the cat. All right.
Excellent. So you Sorsha heads upstairs as Ronkin is running off after the kitty griv. Professor, you were gonna do some keen smell to see if what you could pick up. Roll a 2 perception with advantage. You have been following a scent of a cat, and you kind of keep following it till it eventually leads you across the street, down a little alleyway, off into, and you find a cat up on another brown and white cat up on a box, kind of stacked next to a building. Cat meows at you.
I think I understand cat. I think the cat and I can have
Do
a
you understand
conversation.
it with it?
Oh gosh, I don't have any languages. We have no. Here's where I think the D&D animal mechanic is weak. It's according to this, the cat has no languages.
It's a cat.
It's a cat.
It's good. It is.
I'll rule that it has a language, a cat language, but it's
But you, I don't
cat.
think you. If you turn into a cat, you have the body and the senses of a cat, but that doesn't give you like.
Does
a,
your
doesn't
mind? Do
have
you
the
have a
language.
mind of a cat?
No,
No, you
I
have-
have the
you have
mind
your
of a
mind.
79-year-old man.
Then no, you do not understand cat.
Okay, but I still meow. I can pronounce cat, but I can't understand
Yeah.
it.
It meows back.
Yeah. I meow.
This is the difference
I'm looking
between
around.
polymorph.
I'm looking around for Ronkin. Meow.
Did I manage to follow him through his
You eventually catch up with them,
hot on the trail?
and you're like, maybe
And
across the alley.
And there's a cat up there?
You see a cat.
Yeah.
Him meowing at a cat. You see 2 almost identical looking cats. One a little bit fatter. The one that's up on the box. Meowing at this other one.
I'm going to. Is the one of them's Griv, which I think is the opposite colors. White with brown spots.
I'm brown with white spots.
The other one's white. Or brown. They're both brown with white spots.
Oh no.
Oh shit!
Like I said, one's a little bit fatter. The fatter one's on the box.
Whichever one that looks like we are approaching that's on the box, I'm gonna reach out to it and see if I can get it to like come to me a little bit so I can pick it up.
Make a persuasion. Okay. Let's see. We'll give it a. Oh, here, I'll. 4. It comes over.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can pick him up.
Yeah. Give
And
me
I
a
nod
dexterity.
to. Okay.
Nice. That's pretty good. but it jumps away.
Oh, sh.
You kind of do the whole thing where you try and get it under, and it just kind of like whoop, and hops out of your hands. In classic cat form.
Get him, Griv, and I will give chase.
It scampers away.
I'm following after it. Is this the kind of plot we needed going forward?
This was like a dumb little thing I threw in here, and then now you're chasing the cat.
I'm a cat.
Give me another dexterity as you're chasing to try and catch the cat again, and we'll see. Okay. Nope. Still looking rolling away. This cat's scampering away. And eventually you run past the old lady as you're she's like in the middle of a street, and you just dart past her chasing this cat. As she's going, Tabby!
The cat, Martin stops, turns out of a cat in front of her, and says, Tabby went that way.
Oh my god! I think I'm saying something.
You
just were
Martin Griv.
A cat,
Martin
and now
Griv.
you're talking to me, and
I was
oh
not
my
a
god.
cat. I merely resembled a cat in some ways, but not in others. It's complicated. I bid you a good evening. Runkin, she directed the lady to her cat.
I take the woman by, the top of her back and kind of lead her in that general direction and kind of give her a push away.
Oh my gosh.
Get her rolling.
My Tabby! Tabby! She starts shuffling off down there. And now you're not that far from your house. You kind of made it most of the way towards your house. As you're kind of up in this this little region where you guys were where you each had your own little abodes that you were staying at.
Well, Griff, do you want to come with me to Clifton's to give him receipt of a job complete?
Absolutely. I will. Not only that, I will give you 5-star review. They're out of 5, right?
Appreciate
it. Out of 5. Is it 5 stars? Just the max? Can I give you 6 out of 5?
You can.
I'll give you 6.
Appreciate it. And tell your friends.
Come on.
Like and
I'll tell
subscribe.
Sorsha, that's my other friend. I'll tell Sorsha.
Like and subscribe. Love it.
Smash that like button.
Smash. Alright, I will head up to my apartment at Harbin and Shelley's place. That is completely void of any belongings every time I leave.
You make your way up, and you kind of do your best to kind of quietly sneak in there, just so that you didn't really want to talk at this hour. You don't really want to talk to anybody, and you're just kind of trying to get up there and go to sleep. As the wind is kind of picked up, it's starting to rain a little bit again.
Yeah, I wanted to just kind of look out the window when I got inside and be like, storm seemed kind of weird. Is there anything abnormal? Is this a normal weather pattern for this area?
You know that this area might, in general, it's getting towards the summer. These kind of coastal areas get storms, but you've never actually experienced one of these before. You've heard people throw around the words hurricane and other things before, but it's not something you really know of. You haven't experienced it, but from what you see, it's kind of windy. It's kind of raining on and off, and you can kind of see where the big brunt of everything you can kind of see off in the water, out there hits a certain place, in the moonlight you can kind of see where it just kind of hits a place that it just turns into kind of turbulent. You can see it really coming down in some places way out in the water, kind of in that fuzzy gray sheet almost of when it's raining so much. But you kind of listen to the rain hitting the roof and kind of fade off. It's kind of becomes almost melodic. It's pitter patter. How about you, Professor? You go straight to bed, or?
No, he goes to bed late. He's gonna go back up and he's gonna.
Goes to bed late. 6 o'clock.
The sun is almost down by the time Grandpa settles in.
Yeah.
He opens the door to his flat, and there's just papers and scrolls and boxes and animal skulls and dice and nonsense and a pile of laundry and a mound of herbs. And there's socks soaking in the basin, and classic old man scene.
Yeah.
He's gonna unpack all his pockets.
Half-finished cups of tea are everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely, and fucking bread crust everywhere. He's gonna unpack every pocket and then take everything out. He has to unload entirely, put everything away in the stack. So he'll be doing that for the next couple hours, watching the rain through the window.
Yeah, it's just kind of.
And thinking about the new friends that he's made this day.
Aww, very sweet. Well, as they all fall asleep, ready for the next day, how long do you guys... it's midnight right now. We can pick up in the morning when you wake up, next game. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to go for a few more minutes, or do you want to... How's everybody feeling?
We can go for a few more minutes, or
Yeah, it's up to you, James. If it's better for you to prep a little bit or whatever, then
No, it's okay. I mean, we can... What I see, you guys kind of had expressed that you wanted to go talk to Clifton in the morning. We can do that. Kind of wake up in the morning, go see Clifton, really, if you want, and then we can kind of go from there.
I can probably do another 20 minutes to a half hour.
Yeah, done. Yeah. Well, as you wake up in the morning, you're kind of greeted again with another kind of somewhat overcast gray day. The wind, you can still kind of hear going past your windows as you wake up. It's not really raining much anymore, but more just this intense wind that has seemed to pick up and kind of continue along. As you... Ronkin, as you get up, you hear this, and you're kind of just like, this kind of these are the kind of days that there's no real work. But you had a couple of days, so you're not really worried about it in terms of you made out with some good coin, and then you're gonna make out some even more when you just got back. So it's been a pretty successful venture.
I kind of don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, this is kind of though one of those days that you're it's a slow morning. You kind of already know ahead of time. You've been through a couple of these bigger storms in the 8-9 months that you've been here, but typically it's you'll get people for the later crowd that come along that don't want to cook or want to have a few drinks, but other than that, it's kind of a slow day. This is kind of the type of day that you clean and you organize and you just try and keep that door shut as much as possible. Professor, you're getting up. What do you do when you first get up? You're probably the first to rise out of everybody.
Let's see. Do I have anything edible around the house? I might nibble on a crust.
You probably have some crusts of bread, but other than that, you've been eating out most of the time, and you haven't been here for a few days. So, any of the other little carrots that you usually snacked on, you already took with you. You ate those, yeah. So nothing in those.
He's probably going to gather some reading material and make his way to the cafe.
Saoirse always gets up at dawn.
Okay.
She's dressed every single day. She greets the dawn with a ritual every single day.
Excellent.
I would leave a silver for my landlord and go to the cafe because I assume Marvin's going to be there. Martin.
We're going to be like, Marvin? Who's Marvin?
You get over to the cafe, and the doors are shut. The big windows have their kind of shutters closed, but you kind of look around, and all the buildings around have their storm shutters closed, just kind of prepared for whatever comes its way. You head in, and you see the professor sitting there at a table reading over some books. And you see if there's maybe about, like 5 or 6 other people currently here that are just kind of getting out of the rain, having a drink, having a quick bite to eat. Sorcer's kind of hopping back and forth between some tables on the other side of the room. What are you doing? Just
I'd plop down next to the doctor and order a tea/coffee.
Vare comes on. Vare comes over, seeing that Sorcia's busy with another person, some more other clients. What can I get for you?
Coffee and a tea.
Coffee and tea, and
two of those.
Two of those,
the two.
and you wanted crusty bread, was what you
No,
said.
no, I want
Maybe that was last time.
oatmeal with dried fruit.
Nostalgic
Ranchin'
already?
out. Wow.
And Vera, I was wondering, do you have any of the goat milk still around?
Yeah, I think we got some still in the back that's not gone bad.
All
I'll
right,
give it the old,
I'll do that.
I'll give it the old sniff test.
Well, Ronkin, sometimes some days you
He
wake
walks
up and you want a crusty bread, and other days you want an oatmeal and the dried fruit.
Do you know any meals other than those two?
I know we had rabbit stew on a bed of rice.
Very good.
We had a lot of meat and cheese that Sosha pulled from her pockets. I honestly don't know how she carried around so much. We had like a sandwich of some sort, although I don't know if it could be called a sandwich because I don't think that there is an Earl of Sandwich. I think we had a soup at some point. Did we have soup? I know we had several beers everywhere.
Yeah.
We absolutely had stew.
Yeah. So those are the meals I know.
Those are the only two things you've liked so far. Got it.
I really like the bread. I like the meat and cheese. I like it with the bread.
I feel like Dave is passive aggressively role playing.
No.
It's like, oh, you want to role play?
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll give you some role play.
I'm just really trying to lean into a 79-year-old man. Just literally talking about the weather.
You sit down and you're eating. Your food is brought to you, and about maybe like 20 minutes into you eating, Clifton comes in actually. Oh, hey, you're exactly some of the people I was looking for. You mind if I sit down?
Please do.
Excellent. Here, he kind of drags another chair over. Hey, Sorcerer, can I get a coffee?
Yep, sure.
Awesome. Thank you.
Right up.
Okay, so, unload me. How'd everything go? You seem to be back, so, and you're back.
We don't just seem to be back. We are indeed back. We are back. This is our backs.
You seem to be happy.
Mission
You're
accomplished, right?
Yeah.
Professor?
Oh, nice. You got to go see them.
He was escorted. He went to the library. He looked at his books. Everything went great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What was keeping them from coming? Or what word? What
right.
ended up happening? Was everything okay up there?
No, absolutely not.
No.
Not at all.
Okay.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah, at all, really. It was, it was a mess.
Highly contagious fungal infection.
Oh.
That's right.
And he kind of backs up a little bit at the table. Oh.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
No, suppressed at this point.
Okay.
We're We are two fun guys, but we are not infected.
I hear what you. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was perfect. I mean, I'm so glad that you were able to go solve that. That's excellent. What did I owe you? Was it?
I think it was 100 gold upon completion.
Yeah, here you go. And he hands you a little pouch with 100 gold in it.
Thank you.
How was Johnny? He dropped off his cart and everything? He got back all good?
Johnny's fine. He deserves full pay.
He's contracted with the town, so yeah, sure.
Great, good job, Johnny.
He made it
But
back.
Ronkin here, and it's not just because you're sitting here, but a consummate professional. You didn't just meet my needs, but I would say anticipated them. I think
I bow dramatically.
it was full service, really less of a guard or an escort. As a cruise director, I felt entertained.
Cruise director.
I felt listened to.
Excellent, excellent.
I would say, I don't know what kind of ranking or scoring system, or if you have like an employee of the month, but
Well, he's more of a contractor, I'd say, Ronkin.
contractor of the month, what have you. But Ronkin is the creme de la creme.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. He's always been very helpful. I like to hear that about the people that are doing work around this town. It's not a big town, but we like everybody to do a good job. What was it? Just you two that went? You two and Johnny that went? Or
Oh no, we had
The waitress here came
Oh.
along.
Here's a coffee.
Sorsha? Oh, Sorsha, you went along too?
Oh, yeah. They, Bear asked me to tag along, and they said it wasn't a big deal if I did.
Oh no, that's excellent. Did you have a fun time?
Yeah. Well, it was a lot.
Was it fun?
A lot happened.
Hey, sit down. Come on, sit down.
Oh, I got.
No, it's fine.
These tables.
Bear, is it okay if she sits down for a moment?
I could do the tables.
Yeah,
Could I do the
it's
tables?
okay.
I could do.
No, come on. I want to hear your story. I want to hear how you did, what you liked about it. We're always looking for new talent here in the town.
Oh, well.
I just didn't know you were into this.
She's quite the fighter. Did you ever show him your sword?
This is
no.
the first I'm
And
hearing
she
of
looks
it.
down and she's just wearing like super common. I mean, like nice. She keeps herself well, but like regular people clothes. Yeah, no. Well, there was the bandits at first, and then there was.
Oh, you had bandits. You guys didn't mention the bandits.
Yeah, there was the bandits, and then there was there was the mushroom possessed townsfolk, and then there was
Wait.
the shadow cats, and then
Okay.
there was the zombies, and then there was the scarecrows, and then there was the giant fungal monster. But other than that, it was a pretty normal weekend.
Wait, that. I heard so many words in that, and they all sounded impressive. I am amazed. I heard zombies. I heard shadow cats. I heard fungal infection. I also heard bandits.
Yeah, all
Let's
of that.
start off. Let's unpack. How many bandits did you kill them? Did you take what?
Oh,
You were
we,
attacked.
Defended ourselves.
we had to defend ourselves.
Okay. Did you? What happened? Did you find where they were coming from?
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
did you have a
that
new
wasn't
helper
our.
here at the docks?
I
Well,
feel
sir,
like
that
I
wasn't the
saw
mission. The mission wasn't to go off and find the bandits. The mission was to find out about the monks.
I mean, Yeah, no, I understand, but we always have the open thing to contract to kill bandits, so take them out. So if you
No, we
took
killed
any
some
out,
bandits.
what?
Oh, well, I
Preventing
mean,
bandits is an important task, and so we do reward people who.
Oh, well, I
Uh,
believe it was 3 or 4 that we killed, and one we actually sent into town to talk to you.
Oh, yeah, you just
Um,
mentioned what? I mean,
I'm trying to remember his name.
no one said that they're a bandit, but there was a man who came in, Corin.
Corin.
Yeah.
Corin, yeah,
Corin
absolutely. Where's
Domaco.
Corin these days?
Hey, so he was.
He's been working down at the down at the docks right now, unloading and loading.
That's what you said. That's
Yeah,
what,
so-
that's what
so-
Sorsha said.
He was a bandit?
Well, he.
Because
he
then
was
that
talking-
changes things. I gotta.
No. We set
Was
him on
the
the right
bandit.
path.
Okay.
He's fine.
He was previously bandit affiliated. Not a bandit, but bandit adjacent.
Okay.
He wasn't a bandit, he was with bandit.
I might even consider him in the gang.
He was.
He's definitely in the gang before Johnny. I'm going to tell you that right now.
And
And you just see his eyes gloss over a little bit. He's just like, "What are you talking about?"
Don't give Corin any shit. As long as he's doing
Okay.
his job,
So far he's done a good job for the last 2 days.
end of story.
But beside Corin, 4
Eager?
bandits. 4 bandits.
Okay, I can give you. I can give you 10 gold apiece. So here's another. Here's another 40. So he plops down 40 more gold on the. So you get.
So that's roughly 13 gold each, and then a gold for breakfast, which is basically being tipped to Sorsha. So each add 13 gold. Sorsha, add. Here's your cut and breakfast.
wait, what does Sorsha add to her inventory?
So I think the 100 gold is just for Ronkin. That's Ronkin's gold for escorting me. And then we each add 13 gold for the bandit.
Well, thank you, sir.
Well,
It did seem like there were more of them. I don't
Well,
know.
it's an
Yeah.
ever-present problem. The more that we can take out to discourage them from coming, and like you said, to encourage them to follow a different path, is what we need to do. If we can get them to stop, that's what we want.
Oh, well, so we did have to defend ourselves. We killed 4 bandits. but
Yeah,
the,
that's-
the Corin we sort of converted from a bandit into a worker. So I guess there would be some compensation for that, right?
Well, the city only has authorized me to pay for dead or alive bandits that are brought in for justice. If he is converted into a, sadly, I can't write that off. I can't
Okay,
write
so
that
it's
off.
better
But
to kill than to.
It's
convert.
really about eliminating them. But if he's, I take that in high regard. Him
She doesn't like it.
coming back and turning over a new leaf, because that's actually better for us in the town. I'd rather
Yeah.
have somebody come and be a productive member of society.
Yeah, it's almost like
Then-
you should reward someone more for that.
Well, that's all I have on me. I can see what I can do, but I hear ya. I hear ya. I
I
hear
clack
ya.
my coins in my palm like poker chips and be like, hey, it's a little more lucrative than serving crust of bread, huh? And I look at Sorsha.
Around this time, though, you
Are
hear
we done here?
from deep outside this of like a foghorn being blown, and he kind of looks around like, what the? Why is that going off? And somebody bursts in through the door. Hey, Masted, what is it? Pirates. There's pirates coming. Oh, Dezel. He's he came in and said that there's pirates. He just brought his boat in. He was maybe like they're maybe 30 minutes out. He kind of looks down.
How? This...
Okay. And you alerted everybody? Yeah. Okay. Well, gang, I think it's time. We gotta get people to stations. Okay.
Might want to get dressed, Sorsha. And I
Let's
get up.
Okay. Meet me down by the docks. 10 minutes max. 10 minutes max. I'm going to go get people. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh boy. Okay. Pirates. And he just kind of gets up and starts walking out the door. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Come on. And you hear again that horn going off. Boo. And Bear comes out at this point.
Has there ever been pirates in the last like 9 months that I've lived here? Is that a thing?
No, there's not been. This is the first time you've ever heard this like horn go off.
Yeah. They're basically
And are
water.
pirates a thing that normally will like try to sack an entire village?
You don't know. The person that you would know more about it just walked out the door.
Okay. What the fuck do we do?
I think we go down to the docks in 10 minutes, Sorsha. You heard Ronkin. Get dressed.
All right. And she runs upstairs.
Okay.
Well, Ronkin, shall we finish our breakfast?
Yep.
You got exactly 8 minutes.
Start cutting my
6
sausage
minutes.
and eggs.
That's scooping oatmeal.
Sorsha comes back down, full kitted out in 5
And
minutes.
I'm like topping off my tea with my coffee.
I'm topping up my coffee with my tea.
Cheers.
Sorry, folks, we're closed.
What's Bear kind of comes on. What's going on? What is that horn sound?
Yeah, so apparently there's pirates, so if you guys can
Shit.
fight,
They haven't
come
been
down
here
to
in
the dock.
years. Oh god.
Otherwise,
What can we expect,
so high.
Bear?
I don't know. The last time they were from Odezos. They're from a gang of pirates called Odezos, and they were led by this orc, Mega the Brash, I believe. But I mean, I haven't gone up. We usually lock down the people come in here. We lock it down and wait out for the guard and everybody to take care of it. But it's been years since they've come over here. Since they've tried to raid.
can you lock up after us? We're gonna go to the docks.
Yeah,
Keep
of
everyone
course.
safe.
Okay, folks, if you have anywhere you need to go to it now. Otherwise, we're locking it down, and we'll wait till the trouble is past. So please, get out if you're going. And you see like 2 people get up, and they're like, oh, and kind of rush off, and the other 3 are just like, meh, I'll stay here and drink. Okay. And just kind of they help him kind of turn over a table or 2 and push them up to the windows to kind of block up the windows and kind of prepare to lock down the building.
I'll meet you at the docks, and I run over to my place at Marvin and Shelley's and inform them that pirates are on the way and that they either need to lock it down or get the hell out of town.
You get there and the door's already locked and barred.
I nod and I go to the docks.
Okay. Says you all run off to the docks. We're gonna pause there and pick up
Okay.
next time.
All right.
I'm glad we
Thank
went
you,
the extra
James.
20 minutes. That was great.
Well, got to get you ready for next time. We can jump into it. A nice little seaside battle.
Nice. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Thank you. We're moving it along. Now we're picking up some steam. Now we're gonna pick up some steam here.
Nice.
Thanks for roping Sorsha back into battle. She was just gonna go back to being a waitress.
I know. No one wants that. She just can't. She's not allowed to.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she's just gonna wander off. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're done here. We'll roleplay a restaurant for a while.
I was thinking we could figure out a way to kidnap her, but
Oh, that would have been good. That would have been fun. You guys kidnapping her?
like Shanghai her back into service.
Yeah. Oh, she's got plenty of unfinished business. Don't worry.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, thank you all. I will see you all later. Was there anything else, any info I needed to get to any of you guys? I couldn't remember if there was anything.
The anti-magic orb and ring.
Yes, I'll get that to you. Let me write that down.
Oh, and the spell Earth Shield for me to be able to add to my.
Okay, Earth Shield. Yeah.
Which let me double check.
Any?
I thought I did put that, but I'll look at that.
And any backstory on J-Cac, the wizard, would be great.
Will do.
Oh yeah, in Cac Manor.
The cack.
Yeah, the whole family of Cacs. Really.
Oh, you just wait. I got an awesome little website now that I could essentially build out an entire wiki of everything and
nice.
interlink everything. So I've got a whole thing of the different families and different people, and I can be like,
awesome.
oh yeah, these 10 people are all part of this group, and da 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 da. But I'm slowly making it up and filling it out.
Hey, cool. Thank you, James.
One day.
Sweet.
Thank you all. Okay, I'll see you all later. Let's all.
All right,
I'm gonna
thanks.
crash. Yeah.
See you guys Tuesday
Yes.
or Friday.
Have a good night.
Sweet.
Bye
Yeah.
now.
Have a good one. Good night.
Bye.